Welcome to the Unadulterated Amateurs Podcast. This is your host, Chuck, and my good buddy Joel over here.
Let's get it. And we are live.
Live?
Yeah, we live, sort of.
All right, let's get it then, baby.
Hell yeah. How's it going, everybody? I guess we can just jump right into explaining that this isn't exactly a publishing podcast.
No. This isn't directly related to Knights of the Northwest at all.
Yeah, so this is more for those of you guys who came here from that area, I guess. This is more just fun for me and Chuck trying to blow off steam, have fun, make each other laugh. Try something a little different, too.
Yeah, give us a little more time to hang out, too. It's not like we see each other every day.
No. So, yeah, I guess for those of you guys who are jumping in here for hoping to get tidbits about books and stuff, if we do mention it, I'll make sure to clip it, and then I'll throw it in a playlist. Hold on here, sorry, I heard a little echo. A little playlist so that people can just go through and check that out individually. But also we're two small town guys, and we do curse quite a bit.
Hey,
A little bit depends, if we're
depends
talking.
On the day.
Yeah, for me, if it's gaming, it's not good.
Yeah, mine's just when deer wind up in my garage and all that.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. That's the whole thing. So we'll make sure we clip that so that way people can see it. We'll keep it, if we do end up talking business like nights and stuff, we'll make sure we clip that, and we'll keep it somewhat clean when talking about that. So that way people, everybody has their own taste and stuff. So
Absolutely.
But yeah, as I guess while we're talking about nights, even though this isn't a nights podcast, we might as well explain a little bit what the hell's been going on these last 2 years. It's been a little brutal for everybody, I think.
Yeah, a little crazy.
Yeah. So right about, obviously it was after the coronavirus hit for me, kind of explaining why everything's been slow, because we were supposed to have novels out in 2020, I believe.
Yeah, I think that was the original plan.
Yeah.
Either 2020 or 2021.
Yeah, I believe it might have been earlier. I don't remember, but yeah. So basically, when the coronavirus hit, obviously it affected us all. But I got like 3 months off work, and so I went from this constant grind where I was getting off work, working 8s, 10s, sometimes 12s, not very much I don't know, here and there, but getting off work, coming home, eating, doing an hour writing almost every day. I was just grinding that out. God, for so long. What, 5 years? Because we started in 2015, I believe. Or no, 2014, because we
Was
were
it 14?
official. We went official in 2015. So we were already doing Thursday night hangouts at my place, writing stuff up. Me, you, my brother.
Oh, yeah. Good times.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Every Thursday. So, but I was writing in between those, filling out, like setting stuff, all that good stuff. What the hell was I saying? I'm already losing it, Chuck.
Saw that coming there, bud.
Yeah. So yeah, I was working on stuff. I had a really nice grind going, but when I had that 3 months, it was like, I think 3 months off of work. So I went from working to not working at all and being at home with the kids. I learned a lot actually that summer, because I did, like, I taught myself stock trading, all that good stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I learned, but I was really doing well with my writing. I believe actually for the most of that year, I did write my novel. The first draft is done. So for you guys wondering, I believe that it's already been said, but it still needs edited. But those 3 months hit, I actually got quite a bit done for even having the kids home. But what got me is when I was going back to work, because then it was like, I don't even know. Like I feel like just going back, grinding all the time, having that time off with just family and hanging out and having plenty of time to write. Suddenly I'm back to going to work 8 hours a day. and it's been more lately because of the even though we're slow,
Yeah.
the it's nuts. Can't find anybody. So we've been working a lot of mandated overtime, and I think it just it definitely wore on me mentally, and slowed things down quite a bit because then I'm coming home from work. Kids are getting older, and you called that, bud, because
Mhm.
what was that? That was probably like 2015. It was right after Frey was born, and you were
Yep.
like, "Yeah, enjoy this while you can," because I was like, "I'm still grinding. I'm getting this. I'm getting a lot done."
Oh, it'll slow down.
Yeah, and you were like,
Kids get older.
you're like, "Just wait till they get older." I was like, "My kids will be all right." And then, yeah, there's zero cares about like any kind of. I shut the door, go in here to write. Boom, they're in here. Dad, we want to snuggle. Love you. Jumping on
Hey,
me.
it's amazing what somebody who doesn't have kids knows about kids.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, so that it's been definitely been a struggle for me last 2 years, as for you as well.
Mhm.
And so Chuck here is one of our with nights me is me and him that are the public, um basically run the company.
Yeah,
And I mean, I think I'm a little more in the forefront because I'm talking with people and stuff.
absolutely.
But Chuckle's definitely been vital with it, whether it be on the investment side or working side. But yeah, I guess you can go ahead and explain if you want to what's going on with you.
Yeah, so basically, I was working a lot with everything behind the scenes and all that, and then just a lot of stuff came up
You were
over the
doing
last couple of years with all that COVID and everything.
you were
So,
you were doing a lot of settings stuff.
yep, a lot of setting, building, and everything like that. As a
Uh,
matter of fact, I was
You did,
creating another world with everything too.
yep.
And
That sadly didn't pan out.
no, yeah, every time it was weird. It was like every time I sat down, I just couldn't keep focus on it.
Yeah.
I was just torn away, distracted by other things because there was just, like I said, everything going on. I didn't get 3 months off work to help with anything, so I mean,
Yeah. Uh,
yeah.
It yeah, I and basically what ended up happening,
Mhm.
you called me. It was at end of it was I think it was beginning of 2021. I'm
Um,
thinking, or do you think it was late to 2020?
no, I think it was beginning of 2021 because I believe, me and the group of guys I had set up, we were getting together once every couple months or whatever and working on all of that, which that stuff was super enjoyable, but there's so much more that needs to go into it and everything,
Yeah,
as you know.
and that was when you were working by yourself normally in between
Mhm.
those periods, and then you had them come in. But yeah, so you had called me and you were like, "Hey, listen, I'm," yeah, and you were dealing with a whole bunch of family stuff too.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, we all got our own stuff going on, especially private details like family issues, family drama. We all have it.
Yep.
It's just some of that came up, and
Yeah, and like you had said, "Hey, man, this is for my mental health." So I'm gonna
mhm,
have to. So basically, Chuck's you would step down from the working side of things. We
correct,
hadn't really gone public with that because we didn't really know how to
correct.
approach it, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, I stepped down from the working side of everything. Just kind of give myself some time. I do come around and help every
Yeah,
now and again.
because
It's more it's a lot more rare than it once was, but
the way we have set up in the contract isn't really like your step down officially.
right.
So basically, you can hop back in because it was like yeah, I don't think you care for me saying it, the ADHD, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So that you end up figuring that's what was the problem,
Oh yeah.
which was under like we kind of figured, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't help that, like, my issue with that is every time I do go onto my meds and everything, I don't like the person I become
yeah. So it's a whole struggle.
because everything changes. I become very serious about everything and I can't do it.
Yeah, because I remember we were over at my uncle's, and he's like, "Hey,
Mhm.
is Chuck okay?" Because like
Yeah.
you were just sitting there. It was all yeah.
I get super quiet. I stop moving, which isn't always a bad thing, but
Yeah, so, basically, after you figured that out, and then so that explained a lot of, like, why you were struggling with stuff working on stuff individually,
oh yeah,
and normally, that's where I get my grind.
absolutely.
I actually struggle the opposite way. If I like, me and you sitting down in a room, if I had to write my book like that
Yeah.
actually, we tried this before with short stories,
Yep.
and when you would try to write a short story to start with. I forgot about that.
Hey, hey, come on now. I was doing okay.
And you were doing great. Yeah, it was for not being a writer at all, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I wanna try this." That
Yeah.
was you were doing really good.
I mean, I think I got what I get like 5 pages on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you basically wrote the same thing as another person, or they
Yeah.
no, actually, it was the opposite. It was they.
Yeah, but on the bright side, theirs was a lot better.
It was really good. Yeah, yeah. It was actually, if for those of you curious, it was that was the name of the story.
Ah, I don't
Oh
remember.
my gosh, off the top of my head, I don't either. It was Jack's. It was one of Jack's. It was
Yeah.
hilarious because you had got about halfway through your story, and
Yep.
then he's like, "Hey, here's my finished thing." And I read it and was like, "Oh my gosh, part of this is very similar to yours," which just
Mhm.
cracked me up. It mainly was the plot structure, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then what ended up happening, we were like, I was like, I showed it to you, and you were like, "Oh, this is way better than anything I was
Oh,
trying to
yeah,
do."
100%. I mean, obviously, I think I had some strong points, but I also had a lot of negatives from being somebody who doesn't really write anything.
Well, the beauty of that
So,
one was that was Crossroads.
yeah,
So, and we basically none of us had any experience at
right.
all. But yeah, this is getting on a tangent.
Doesn't it always? Isn't that
Yeah,
what a
I
podcast is?
know, dude. We should have went with tangents and what was it, vents and or rants and tangents
Yeah.
as a podcast name. Still, so basically, what we're saying, yeah. So things are going forward are going to be much slower than they were before.
Yep,
Uh, on top of all the other issues that we had, we had hired all these novelists. We
yep.
have a total of 4 hired.
Is it 4 now?
Is it? Yeah, so we have 4 people,
Yeah.
okay, that are hired to write novels that we've signed, and, 5 including me, but obviously, I
Yeah,
don't
you don't
I
count.
don't really count. Um,
Who do you think you are?
yeah, but, so, yeah, I don't what was I saying from there? My god.
Yeah, I'm in your
Help
head, bud.
help me out. Help me out,
I'm
dog.
barely in my own brain, okay?
Oh, yeah, but so we got those 5 signed. So we realized, we didn't have setting Bibles because 'cause I'm like,
Yep.
we didn't wanna do ancient era, uh, which we what so basically, we were doing a very, um, I don't even know.
I guess you can go. It's
Oh, sorry.
sure. Mute me, bud.
You were cracking your
Oh,
knuckles, yeah.
sorry about that.
Um, the, yeah, we had all these novelists and the setting Bible's not set up. So we were like,
Yeah.
well, crap, we don't want all this in ancient our ancient era that we had because we wanted to keep it up where my novel was writing currently.
Yep.
And we wanted them all kind of in that area. So we still had one of our authors that we've hired do a they're working on in that older era. So the setting Bible. The other 3 have been waiting on us. And so if you're watching this, any of you guys, thank you guys so much for your patience. For real.
Yeah.
It's I know it's sucks, but we are working on it. That's what I'm getting into. The reason my novel is not getting done, I really all it needs some heavy editing, I ain't gonna lie. But I'm working on setting Bibles, and we
Yeah.
are currently working on a project. We've got my buddy Aaron Wolf. He came in as a project manager, and me and him are working together on that, and trying to get some stuff done. We're almost done with one region, so
Yep.
things are moving forward. It's just going to be very slow. So for those of you guys who are, like, what the hell have these guys been doing for 2 years? Because
Yeah.
they were supposed to have novels already. What's going on? That's what's happening.
Mhm.
We will get there. Promise you guys that. Just gonna be a little slower going forward. Um, we both take mental health very seriously, and
Absolutely.
so you need a break. You need a break, and for me with the kids and stuff, yeah, I'm not gonna be skipping out on things for them.
Oh, no.
Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
make sure I have enough time to hang out with them
Yep.
and my wife, obviously, and
Oh, yeah.
go forward from there.
Well, that's why I said, like, we have to do it on a specific day
Yeah,
because with everything else, I gotta make sure I
it,
make time for my niece and
yeah,
all that other stuff too.
yeah, and it's kind of interesting because as a small business owner going into an industry where things are very set and like
Yep.
publishers, big names, they put them out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
100%.
So, and we wanted to keep with that. So we kind of, and
Mhm.
we were doing decent for a minute.
Yeah.
And it's just, at this point, yeah, I don't, it's not plausible.
No,
We
things
are,
things get a little sideways.
yep, we're good. So, we can't carry all that on the shoulders as much as we thought we would be able to.
Mhm.
So, it's going to be slower going forward, but, we will have novels coming out, guys. Don't worry. and we'll obviously get to announcements on that later. But last thing I need to say on the subject of nights here,
Mhm.
um, want to also thank you guys for being so patient um, with the Kickstarter stuff. We have a Kickstarter that's we are working on, it just hasn't been updated, and to explain what's going on there. Uh, we had it was like 180 people, I believe. I could be wrong on the number. I don't have it with me,
Yeah.
but it was like 180 people. I want to say that had gone for um, oh my gosh, what's it called? Auditions, auditions.
Yeah.
So they did auditions. We listened through all those. That was after we reached out to a few that were out of our price budgets and
Yep.
didn't really work out. So um, we wanted to make sure it's the best is the best. We reached out to uh, a whole bunch of different people, but like I said, that didn't work out. The auditions, we went through each one, found like the select few that we liked, went through the top. We found our guy, and I'm actually not going to say his name quite yet, just because I want to make sure that we're almost there with whatever we got to do. Um, I'll probably once we get a little further into recording, make sure everything was working out, then we'll go forward from there. I'll make sure I'll throw out an announcement with him, and but it is happening. We're getting our crap together. I've had some personal stuff that that's happened, and this past 6 to 8 months. So I'm not really going to dive into it, but yeah, I just want to say I appreciate you guys being patient, and I am really sorry that it's taking this long because I believe it was supposed to be to everybody in like December, November, December,
Yeah.
and it just like I said, with everything being so me being slow, it is what it is. It's with me being slow, it's taken a minute, and but I'm sorry I didn't update you guys on that sooner, and we are we are working forward on that, and hopefully here in the next month we'll have an audiobook for you to send out to you guys. But most I'm gonna try to clip that right there and put that in the Kickstarter when I upload the next
Yep.
thing here in the next couple days because I'm gonna post about it.
Yeah, and honestly, being a guy who does audiobooks more than he does anything else, because
Dude,
reading
it's so
from a book, I
nice.
just can't focus.
I know.
So
It
the audiobook's definitely super exciting.
You know what's hilarious is we'd get into that like all the time. He was like, "Oh, I can read the whole book," and then I'm like, "Chuck, you said you were gonna read over these. What the hell's been going on?" And you're like, "I'm trying to get through it. I just don't know what the hell's going on."
Yeah, I
And I'm
definitely another big thing that I found with the whole ADHD thing is definitely once you get like a paragraph in, you gotta go back and reread it 3 times just to understand what you just
yeah,
read.
it explained a lot.
Mhm.
So kudos for you for going to check it out. For real,
Yep.
it definitely it explained things on my side too. It also
Uh-huh.
forced me to be a little more empathetic and like understand what the hell's
Yep.
been going on instead of it's because if when it comes across originally, it's like why the hell is my partner not carrying his side, and then you get it
Definitely.
definitely builds tension.
Oh, yeah.
We had a fun few first 2 years of like there was like tension back and forth just because we were trying to figure out how to run a
Oh,
business,
yeah.
new industry,
Uh-huh.
and then like back and forth you're like, hey, why is your novel not getting what the hell, like you need to be working on this and the short stories. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll try my best. And then I'm like, hey, you're supposed to be reading over these short stories to give me back the feedback, what's going on.
Yep.
And it just
Definitely a
build
lot of give
tension,
and take,
yeah,
a
but
lot of back and
I
forth.
think we're a lot closer because of that,
Oh,
honestly.
absolutely.
um but yeah, so with the night stuff, like I said, we're probably won't talk about it a whole lot here and there. I mean, it's part of
Yeah.
our lives, so it will come up. I mean, who are we
Mhm.
kidding? Um,
A little announcement here and there just because it's something that we're interested in and
yeah,
big on.
but since it's more of just us chilling and BSing, it's gonna
Yeah.
be yeah, it's our language and stuff. We don't want it to be connected exactly, but
Yeah.
it is gonna be. I mean, regardless what we
Yeah.
want,
I mean,
how it
because,
works.
we're both a little bit of nerds.
We're
Have a little bit of
a
fun.
little bit of nerds, yeah.
Hey, but don't expect to not have any kind of football things in here. All right.
You're gonna bring. We can get a whole podcast about that. How we were shamed into sports to start with. Get into that, yeah, explain I'm shaming the crickets. Yeah, now we're into sports too, sports and nerds.
Yeah, why not?
We're mix it all up, messing all the stereotypes up. Um, so what have you been up to, bud?
Oh, chilling, hanging out, working, working, working.
It never ends, man.
I don't miss working Saturdays, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I saw you've been working a few weekends.
Mhm.
Normally, you don't work weekends.
Yeah, I gotta work. I had to work today, and I gotta work next weekend too, so all that fun
Dang.
stuff.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I got lucky this week, but yeah, it's they've been cranking up that OT, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's not good.
My brother's been having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
bet he has. Lies. Lies.
Oh, yeah.
So you've been speaking of nerdy things. I guess this isn't really nerdy, but you've been watching any good TV or anything? 'Cause I just finished a weird one last night that I normally would not watch.
Which one?
Nothing that we had talked about before. I've
Oh,
kept this one to myself.
keep it. Oh, you hiding stuff
I'm
from me
hiding
now.
stuff. So maybe it's because I'm turning 30. I'm like, I will stay young up
Hey,
here. You know what I'm
hey,
saying?
you can try. Trust me. I
Oh,
turned 30 and I tried to stay young. All right.
young forever, baby.
Hey,
Young
yeah,
forever.
but after you put down that entire mason jar, you're still hammered. All right.
What? Wow. No, I decided to watch an anime.
Okay.
I've never watched an anime besides like Pokemon or Digimon. Like I don't even know if those are considered anime. Probably not.
I've watched a little bit of Dragon Ball, but
I did see a little bit of that when I was
not
growing up.
enough. Like I couldn't really tell you too much about it
Yeah.
because I could never really get into it. I mean, I thought it was cool, but another one of those focus things.
Yeah.
It couldn't keep me intrigued because it's an entire episode that's just one fight. Okay.
The
All right.
the only time I really fit TV into my busy ass schedule is legit eating. So I'll eat a lot while watching TV. Like it's a what's that? Like basically do multiple things at once, multitask.
Yeah.
And so I have a casual show that I'm watching. So like whether it be Seinfeld or Friends, I'm
Mhm.
a sucker for sitcoms, dude.
Dude, I
You
just
know it,
restarted Friends.
sucker. It's so nice just to have you put it in the
Yep.
background and just play it.
Well, between that and How I Met Your Mother, which is
How I Met Your Mother's
definitely my all-time favorite,
that
and
70s
then
show for me is another one I can do.
yeah, I never really got into that one, but I will say New Girl's really good too.
New Girl is phenomenal. Yes,
Absolutely.
that is really good one. Me and my wife watch that a lot.
I just
Me and
restarted
Cassie.
The Boys again.
You've already finished the whole thing?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so me and you had a little deal,
Yep.
and I'll circle back around to Cowboy Bebop here in a sec. This is ADHD right here in action. Tangents,
Thanks,
and
buddy.
I just go down with you. I'm like, let's do it. Let's go.
Hey, you're here for the party.
I love it. Let's do it. All right. So we made a little deal
Mhm.
because really hadn't made back in the day, like a couple of years ago, we used to do suggestions a lot
Oh,
and
all the
swap
time.
back and forth, musical, especially. I'm like, hey,
Oh
you got
yeah.
a song for me? I got a song for you.
Yep.
And we decided to do, I think I was telling you about Doom Patrol.
Yep.
And you were like, hey, if you watch The Boys, because I like that, I'll watch Doom Patrol. So I was like, all right. Norden was, and to give you an idea, that's doing a lot for me because I don't have, like I said, time.
Mhm.
And I'm so far behind superhero movies. And
I'm not.
I know you aren't. You're a sucker for them. But the last Marvel movie, new one that I've watched was Endgame.
Bro.
Yes. Mhm.
Uh,
And I've missed ones before that. I'm not fully caught up before
what?
that. The issue for me with Marvel, and that everyone loves Marvel so much, so I'm like, this is like career suicide right here.
No, don't do it, man.
So it's just it's for me going into it. I don't know. Maybe it's 'cause I'm a writer. I don't, that sounds no. It's not. Can't be it. So going into them, I start it and nothing feels. It feels like basically I already know the good guys are going to win every time, and knowing that going into it ruins it for me.
Yeah. Fun one for you. There's a new theory out there. And of course, spoiler alert if you haven't seen, like the last 3 movies, so you're too
Well,
far behind for me to care
uh,
anyway.
uh,
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 what?
oh, what spoilers here? What are we ruining here?
Oh, we're not ruining too much, but all I'm
If you're bringing up
saying,
Spider Man, I
I'm
will come
not.
across this
I'm
table
absolutely not. All I'm saying is Thanos is a good guy. Prove me wrong.
because he's trying to. Oh boy, here we go.
You got to watch the Eternals.
Okay.
Then you'll understand that reference because Thanos is not a bad guy.
He's definitely a bad guy, bud.
Yeah. Watch the
He's a
Eternals.
villain, but a good villain. a good villain always has that like drive, and his it was kind of a weird torn thing because there's overpopulation he was trying to hit, correct? Which
Yes.
is obviously murder, but at the same time he's trying to save the plant. No,
Well, yeah,
mm,
see, here's the
I don't
thing.
know.
He was trying to save the planet
Wait a
because
minute,
in the Eternals,
that just came out, bro.
like 3 movies ago. Come on.
3 movie didn't that just come out this month?
No.
Last month?
No.
The Eternals
Yeah.
did? I'm so far
Yeah, you are. So, with the Eternals,
behind.
though, it's basically, oh,
Sorry.
once it gets so populated, there's so much energy that the world's gonna die. Thanos got rid of half the population to save the Earth.
I feel like that was definitely a spoiler.
Oh, that's 100% a spoiler.
You gotta announce that before
Hey,
you gotta
I
no
announced it
spoilers.
like 10 minutes ago. Okay, 5. Whatever.
You just pissed everybody off just immediately. Just immediately. Wonderful. Um, okay.
Hey, you came after Marvel.
No, okay, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, Endgame,
Yeah,
one of the best movies I've seen.
yeah.
Amazing. Well,
Honestly,
no, that whole Infinity Wars.
yeah.
What's the first one called? Is it Infinity Wars? No.
Uh,
Oh my god, how am I not remembering the
it
first one?
might be.
Basically, those two movies
Yeah,
with Endgame and the other one, phenomenal.
absolutely.
Some of the best superhero movies I've
Yeah,
seen.
I really like the part 1 because I love it when the bad guy wins.
Yeah, same. So that it's hilarious because Marvel, it's I'm gonna say too light because it's
Yeah,
like I feel already I know going into it the good guys gonna
yeah,
win. So that flip flop that whole thing for me, those two movies,
yeah.
and you're like suddenly like, are they gonna
See,
lose?
that's also my problem with DC is
Too
it's
dark,
so dark.
too dark. It's on the other end
Yeah,
exactly. So you got too dark, and like a little
yep.
bit of humor would clean up
And
DC a
then
lot. That
and
and then
then
being
you
more consistent because
and then this is how we circle back
yeah.
right here because Doom Patrol and the boys,
Oh wow, we went off on a hard tangent, didn't we?
yeah, and
I like
but
this.
we just brought it right back because those are a happy medium.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't say the boys
Um,
Doom Patrol. Well, that's not
See, here's
related.
the
That's
thing.
not related.
Yeah,
So,
but here's the thing with the boys, right?
mhm.
They are they do some dark things,
Understatement. That whole show is
but
dark.
the
It's
show
good.
is bright, light, comedy kinda in its own weird ways.
It's almost like the dark stuff
Yeah.
is out of place,
Yeah, 100%.
but it's there,
Yeah.
and it's not
Oh,
going
yeah.
away, and it's not going away.
And
Yeah,
it's bad.
yeah. Oh, it is. But so all right. So I'm like 5 episodes in
We're
on the
still hitting
boys.
spoilers, right?
No spoilers.
Everybody
No
knows.
spoilers. No spoilers.
Okay, no
We'll be
spoilers?
brief. No spoilers. We can do separate reviews if you want for that.
Okay.
Our poor
Well,
listeners, bud.
then I
Our poor listeners.
I guess I should apologize.
Yeah, good job. Ruining it
Sorry,
for everybody.
guys. Didn't mean to hurt the Eternals. Go watch the damn Eternals.
The reviews were not good for it.
I don't care.
I'm just saying. I've not that I go off reviews normally, but
Yeah, but the reviews for the new Spider-Man are off the charts, and you haven't went to see that.
don't you fucking go there. I'm
Oh,
going
I'm not
to.
gonna ruin anything with that,
You
bud.
better not be. Oh,
That's too fresh.
I already know. I basically, um,
Whatever it is
I
you
don't.
still don't know.
I know that's the beauty of it. But let's just say I watched that cartoon. I don't know. Yeah, the animated Spider-Man one, Into the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
and I legit said if they ever did a Spider-Man like this, I'd be 100% for it because I actually thought that the idea was stupid going into it. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like,
I haven't
there's
watched Into the
multiple.
Spider-Verse yet.
I was like, oh Chuck, what in the hell are you doing with
I
your
don't
life?
watch a lot of
No,
movies
no,
and TV. I watch Marvel.
that is Marvel.
That's all I watch,
That it is Marvel,
but
isn't it?
it's gotta be the MCU for me
It
when it comes to movies.
just it could be. Let's just say that.
Yeah, in right now, I'm sitting here watching Daredevil and
You
watching
finally caught watching those?
yeah, I'm finally watching
They're
Daredevil,
amazing.
and I think, I'm in season 2. I think I'm coming close to the end of season
It's
2.
it's weird because it's definitely a drama,
Yeah,
and I
100%.
wouldn't like that going into it, and I loved it. I got sucked
See,
right in.
one thing I seem to like to do is so when I watch my TV, it's usually, like, always when I'm doing something else. That's pretty much my life. I can't do one thing at a time. I have to have some kind of distraction there to keep me going.
Yeah.
So, generally, it's when I'm cleaning, when I'm cooking, any of those things. I just have it on there. Sometimes when I'm downstairs playing video games, I'll have that brought up on my phone, sitting there watching it. Um, Then when I go to bed every night, I watch one episode of one of the shows
Yeah.
just to try to help me unwind
Oh yeah,
and
you
get
got it.
out.
You need some unwind. I do watch a little TV before I go to bed
Yeah.
normally, but like a 20-minute, 30-minute episode,
Yeah.
and then boom, I'm
Yep.
out.
And normally I don't want it to be too funny or too interesting.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm gonna be up all night
And you'll be
thinking
wondering
about
about
it.
it, thinking about it. Yep.
And I don't like laying there for an hour before I fall asleep
Oh, I
because
bet Doom Patrol does a number on you then.
I don't watch that before I go to
Oh
bed.
my gosh, dude, that is okay, guys. If you haven't seen Doom Patrol,
Watch it.
get to it
Yes.
because it is. I went in for Brandon Fraser because I went a little nostalgia, and I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I missed this dude. Whatever happened to him? Looked him up, and I saw he was doing the voiceover for the robot.
Yep.
Okay, and I was like, this. I watched the first trailer, and I'm not gonna lie, instant judgment. I was like, this.
Oh,
This looks
dude.
horrible.
Honestly, after I watched the first 2 episodes after you told me to watch it, and I'm like, "Why are you doing this to me?"
Yeah, because I'm like,
And then, over the course of the next, 3 weeks, I finished 2.5 seasons because it was all I was watching.
yeah. So it is one of the most unique superhero movies out there because every episode is a
Yeah.
freaking I don't even know,
It's
like
just all so different.
you're going down the rabbit hole
Yeah,
because every
absolutely.
episode is got a different vibe,
Mhm.
and it's keeping that uniqueness,
Yeah.
which is amazing. I remember halfway through the first season, I was like, "There's no way that they keep things this unique,"
Yep.
and they did it.
Yeah.
Blew my mind.
Yep.
Granted, I'm only done with the first season,
Yeah.
which is
See,
hilarious that
you
you
set
blew
me up
by
for
me.
it.
You blew by me
Well,
so
that's
fast.
because there's so many different, you could definitely tell there's some mental health issues that go on within the show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
They touch
I'm
on it quite a bit.
so intrigued by all these different mental health issues, not that I find them funny or that I find them
Yeah,
good in any kind of way, but
intriguing that the way
yeah,
the
and
character is
I
set up
like
for
to
it.
learn more about it because understanding different things has always been a struggle for me.
Yeah,
Like understanding anxiety and all that stuff, I never really understood because I don't really have it too much anxious behaviors.
yeah,
So learning more about that stuff helps me to understand everything else. So watching that show and you just seeing so many different mental disorders, mental issues within the characters themselves, it's nuts.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a great show. I really enjoy it. It does have its dark moments, but it's
Oh,
also like
100%.
it's good. I don't know. I went there for like I said, I went there for Brandon Fraser,
Yeah.
right? And then end up loving the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Who's your favorite character in it?
Oh man, it's hard. The gender fluid street.
Yes.
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 Yes, that's a thing.
And it's fantastic.
It's
And
hilarious.
I think my
It's
favorite
great.
part is when it becomes a brick and then somehow turns into something else.
Yeah.
It constantly changing what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I like the gender fluid street, but I also like the robot. It's a weird show.
Yeah, honestly, I think one of my favorite characters is the mouse, but
Not knowing what we're talking about and
oh,
listen,
they're thinking
oh,
we're
they're
insane
like,
right now.
what is this show? This sounds horrible.
Seriously, watch the show if you want to, and you'll understand what we're
Yeah,
saying.
don't watch the trailer because it feels like it's like lacking quality or something. To me, it did.
Yeah,
Didn't it to you?
honestly, yeah.
Push through the first 3 episodes and
Yeah,
you
you
won't
gotta
regret it.
you gotta get past the first 2. I wasn't a big fan of the first 2, but I pushed through. Once I got through the 3rd one, though, I started getting more of a connection with the characters, and things were just they started taking off for me.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, but I just started rewatching The Boys, and that's your fault
Yes, that and I'm enjoying that a lot.
because you sent me that, update that
They were doing the
um
new season.
yeah, that they're putting out a season 3 for it.
So interesting with that. I went into that thinking it was going to be like I don't even know how to put it. I thought it was like superheroes
Yeah,
hunting other superheroes.
nope.
Okay. Did not at all realize that it was regular people
Yeah, honestly, the
hunting down super.
best way to describe The Boys without giving anything away, it's
It's capitalism. It's a straight
corporate
shot.
capitalism greed
Yeah.
meets
Oh, it is a
superheroes,
straight shot at capitalism
and
for
it's
sure. It
fantastic.
is, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely and it works good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's believable. It's which
Oh,
is
yeah.
the
I
worst
mean,
part.
honestly, if superheroes were real in our society, The Boys is exactly what I could see happening.
Absolutely.
Obviously, I do believe you'd have some good, some bad. You'd have the give and take everywhere, but absolutely.
Yeah, that it for sure. But I'm enjoying that. I'm like I said, I'm only 4 or 5 episodes in, but definitely liking that.
Oh yeah.
But going back to Cowboy Bebop,
Yeah.
circling right back around to start.
Hey, we always got to bounce, baby.
I love it. So, dude, actually, it's probably the weirdest show I've ever watched.
Yeah.
It was good though. Like
Mhm.
I actually enjoyed it. But that was one of my shows when I sit down, like I would with a sitcom. I just watched what I was eating.
Yeah.
20 minutes,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And first 5 episodes, I was like, I'm not getting it. But I'm not
Yeah.
gonna like. It was still like I don't even know how to describe the show because it was so weirdly unique.
Yeah.
So it's a sci-fi show or
Okay.
anime. Okay, it's a sci-fi anime with Western vibes,
Okay. That sounds
while
interesting.
while having like uh I don't even know what you would call it. I want to say a Seinfeld vibe,
Okay.
which is odd. Okay, so there's some episodes it always is like they're bounty hunters hunting something down,
Yeah.
okay, or a person down, and it's sort of like that. But there was episodes in there that were legit, just like watching an episode of Seinfeld. You know
Yeah.
how they have it's like a show about nothing. Have you watched Seinfeld before?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a show about nothing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so like they have something small, very small, that they use as a whole arc, right?
Yeah, as
And
a
they
matter of fact, I know with Seinfeld, it's such a good show because it's so terrible.
it so
If
there
that makes
yeah,
sense.
and
Simple.
there's like a whole episode about double dipping chips,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And so it's like this small little thing,
I
and they
think you
use it.
have that with all good sitcoms too.
Yeah, but there's really they have no plot like
Yeah.
whatsoever. So it was almost like that. Like there was an
Mhm.
episode in this anime where like basically this girl's gambling. She comes back to the ship, and he's like, "Hey, you're not allowed to come back here unless you're paying for this package that you brought back to that I paid your shipping for." And she thinks it's something to do with like her how much money she's in debt, so she
Okay.
takes back off. She just fucking leaves. So the rest of the crew, which is it is amusing,
Yeah.
they they're like they open it up and they're like, "Well, I paid for it." And he opens it up. It's a VHS. And they're like, "Oh, it's from some forgotten long ago technology. It's some ancient technology." So they have to go find a VCR player.
Yeah.
And so it's this whole thing of them going through the steps of finding a VCR player, watching this video that basically is nothing. I mean, it's like flashbacks to this girl's childhood. So it's like a home video.
Yeah.
So this whole episode revolves around this VHS, them just trying to find a thing to watch it.
Oh my
And it felt
goodness.
like Seinfeld, but it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Honestly, that definitely sounds interesting. What is that on some kind of streaming platform?
Netflix.
Netflix? Okay.
Yeah. So I saw they came out with a live action Cowboy Bebop. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
So they put out a season. Apparently it was good. Uh, let me rephrase that. People thought it was good, but people who like anime thought it was trash.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
It's kind of like putting out a movie on a book.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. So people were very torn about it, but a lot of people I knew loved it
Yeah.
and they canceled after one season.
See, there's another if you like that, I have a lot of friends who like anime and everything, and I've heard great things about Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually know a guy
I've
that
heard
watched that.
fantastic things about that one.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
you can give
Yeah.
that a shot too.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm actually probably gonna go deeper into some of it. But right now I have Castlevania.
Yep.
And I don't think it's full anime.
Mhm.
You would love that. It
Really.
is dark, but it is good. Like
Well, I like my darkness.
for like just throwing on an episode, eating while you watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect for something like that.
Yeah.
Real random.
Mhm.
I feel like it kept me young because I'm watching something animated.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So
You're not young
dude,
anymore, bud.
as of recording this right now, I am 30 years old. It's 1 o'clock.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks, man.
You're old now. Hey, just so you know, I did put out a rule a while ago, mostly for my one buddy, Mike.
Yeah.
And I told him that if you're between the ages of 30 and 33, if you're 30, 31, 32, we can't be friends
Yeah.
because you're simultaneously too old and too young to be my friend.
Wow.
So for the next 3 years, sorry, buddy.
I didn't like you anyways.
Hey, it's all right. He turned 33 and then I turned 30 and it all backfired.
I got you.
You know, like my life does.
Yes. Speaking of that,
Yes.
the deer.
Oh, the deer. All right.
Let,
So,
let me start this.
okay,
Let me start the
you're gonna
story
set the
because this
scene.
is hilarious. So I'm at work and I'm leaving, and I get a text from Chuck, which is honestly pretty rare on weekdays. We text a lot
Yep.
on weekends, I
Yep.
feel like. So I get a text, hey, call me when you can. So I was like, all right. So I called you as soon as I got out, and I was like, what's up, bud? And you go, you take it
Yeah.
away.
Well, okay. So we got to go back a little further than that. We got to go
Oh,
back to
yeah.
11 o'clock in the morning. I'm at work. My mom calls me. I missed the call.
Mhm.
Um, Now I missed the call halfway on purpose because I'm at work. I got stuff to do. I can call her back when I get a moment. Well, she calls again, and everybody knows me. Knows if you call twice in a row, it's an emergency. At least it better be.
I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah,
I'm not
great.
gonna be. It's not gonna be an
I
emergency.
know you're the same guy that sends me 5 messages to say one thing.
Yes, long ranting text messages. Let's go.
Long ranting. Are you kidding me? They're short, sweet, but it's still long and ranting. It doesn't make
I
sense.
don't know how to shorten them. I don't. I can't get them shorter. It's a problem that I knew was a problem,
Yeah.
and I just like, I'm sorry, I wrote a book. I don't know. I don't know
Nice.
how to make this smaller.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But back to the subject easily.
I
Aha.
wanted a tangent.
I
I
I
wanted
like it.
one in this.
I like it. I like it. So she calls me and she's like, "Hey, um, there's a sheriff snooping around in your garage." What? Yeah. Why? And then she's like, "So a truck hit a deer out front. Here, let you talk to the sheriff." So I get on with the sheriff's deputy, and he's informing me that there is a deer that just got hit by a truck that has, decided to make his resting spot afterwards in my garage behind my motorcycle and my grill. So he was injured pretty bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was injured.
really, really bad.
Yeah.
Because
So
it wasn't even in. Was it by one? Yeah, probably. Did she just pass when I got over there?
she just passed shortly before you got over there.
Okay, yeah,
Before I got home from work, because I get home from work at 3:30.
yeah,
I want to say she probably passed around 2:45.
yeah,
Um, or no, it could have been a little after that even because um I think Brandon saw her beforehand.
yeah,
So either way, he tells me all this. He informs me that there's nothing he can do
yeah,
because placement, if he goes in, could spook her. She'll destroy my entire garage.
yeah.
Um, and he can't, put her down or anything because
In the
there's a
garage.
propane tank and it's in my garage and everything else.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay,
This is small town problems here, folks. Like,
yeah,
what am I doing with this deer?
yeah.
I'm
So
not gonna.
I'm
Yeah,
telling everybody that's anywhere near my home to stay away from my garage
yeah,
because there's a deer in there. I don't want them to get hurt. I don't want my stuff to get destroyed. Honestly, if I get home, I go in there, I piss the deer off, and she destroys my garage, it's my fault.
yeah,
It's my stuff. I mean, granted, it's my fault anyway because, hell, who leaves the garage door open when you leave for work?
yeah. That was
Only me.
genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
we are in the middle of nowhere.
yeah,
Just to be clear here, explaining, he's there's no houses near you really. Essentially,
no,
on almost a country block.
yeah, I legit,
Where for our area, we're in the
yeah,
middle of nowhere. So
yeah,
like, this is no Montana or something where
no.
it's like,
But I have one neighbor, and that's my parents, which is why my mom saw him
yeah,
snooping around in my garage.
mm-hmm,
Now, granted, I get home and I check out the deer, and she's dead,
yeah,
which unfortunate. I was really hoping she'd recover and, be able to take back off and
absolutely.
everything. I was just
Yeah,
worried that,
sometimes that they just hunker down, and then
yeah,
they heal up. It doesn't normally heal right, but
right.
they live, man. They don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which was definitely what I was hoping for. But I mean, I also like deer meat.
yeah.
So there's that part of it too.
So that was why you end up calling me, because I was
Yes,
like,
because you're the person who I know I'm closest to that knows how to do it. I know my uncle does it, but me and him, we don't have a real good relationship.
yeah,
He's a cool guy and everything, and I appreciate him being around, but I don't know how to do the stuff.
yeah,
And I know your family
hmm,
obviously knows how to do it.
yeah.
So I call you.
So yeah, growing up, I haven't really hunted in like
Yeah, you said that was the first time you did it in like 6
It
years.
might have been longer, honestly.
Yeah,
I was because the last one I think I got a doe about 8 years ago.
yeah,
I think it's the last one, but I don't know. Just never was real interested in it. But it was something all my family did, so
yeah.
I ended up doing it, right.
Yeah, which is
And
awesome though,
I was the same as
because
you.
your uncle's actually gonna take me out to teach me how to hunt next year
Oh, so you're gonna
or
go?
later this year.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, because I'm definitely interested in it. I mean, obviously now that
Yeah,
you've shown me how to do it, I mean, you basically just did everything, which is super cool.
yeah,
But
and you can see how simple it was, but you
yeah,
actually figured it out.
yeah,
Yeah, so just not really my thing. I honestly did it for more for the meat. Like I really like
yeah.
venison, and I mean I still do, but it's not. I can just I don't know. I'm not into going out in the cold and just
You'd
sitting
rather
there
just
and
buy your meat than go and
yeah,
suffer.
yeah. I don't
Which,
know.
granted,
Just not really
I
digging.
am the weird guy. I like being cold.
Yes, yeah, yeah. I don't know. It wasn't just that. Weirdly I get bored sitting out there,
Really,
which I think you might have fun with. Like just wasn't my thing. But yeah, in general, I just not really into
yeah,
hunting like I used to be.
which
Maybe
is fair.
small game and stuff, whatever. But I had the skills, so and I'm not gonna let
Mhm.
the deer go to waste.
Yeah,
It seems wasteful. So
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. That's one of the big reasons that I mean, it's there.
yeah,
The
the
deputy
situation's
came out and gave me a
unreal.
tag, so I'm like, I'm not
And
gonna let this animal just die for nothing.
yeah, and to paint the scene a little bit better because it was pretty. It's a crazy situation.
And
Not that
it,
it's funny, but
yeah, and
it
it
was
absolutely is brutal.
yeah. So I'm not gonna go
Yeah.
into gory details, but going in, it knocked over everything in his garage. It had an oil container, which is the hilarious that it caught like it hit
Well,
this.
yeah. Now, in
There's
all
just
fairness,
oil everywhere,
oh,
bro.
best part is I shut my garage door.
Yeah.
It's on the outside of my garage door.
The oil is, and this
Yes.
oil is in the back of the garage, which
Yeah.
is
She stepped
unreal.
on it so hard, she broke the oil pan for one. Now, mind you, I shouldn't have had an oil pan sitting out there, but I changed
It's
oil
oil.
recently.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Yeah.
And she stepped on it, flung the oil up
Yeah.
over the top of the door,
So now
and
you
got it all over the door too.
and so now you got to make your garage again green, not just covered in oil.
Yeah. So
What about the animals, man? What were you thinking?
what, with the garage door open?
Oil just sitting out there?
Yeah.
How dare you?
What's gonna come drink it?
I don't know, mice.
Cool. At least they're not in
No,
my
joke.
house.
No, yeah, no. So you just change it, but it caught it and
Yeah.
it flung oil everywhere,
Oh,
and
and
then on top of your golf clubs.
yeah. So
How?
this deer is laying there. I have a blue and white Michelob Ultra golf bag with all my that's my good clubs. I have all my other clubs. Yeah. Well, hey, here's the thing. I won a raffle.
Okay, I got you.
It's
So
like the
you
only
got to
thing
throw
I've ever won. It was fantastic. I love it.
probably the
But
most redneck thing I've ever heard. Yeah, yeah, it's my favorite bag. It's classy and it's Michelob Ultra.
hey, it's got kickstands. You leave me alone. So this deer like got up from where she was originally sitting, just sitting there
Yeah,
relaxing. I think she was feeling more safe and everything.
yeah. She was hurting, obviously.
Yeah,
Bad,
obviously.
bad too. Yeah, passed
Yeah.
out.
So she climbs up and is climbing and knocks my golf bag over and lays on it.
And
And
then that's when
that
she
is
passed away.
where I found her when I got home.
Yeah,
With now I have a blue, white, purple, and red
yeah.
golf bag.
The things that only would happen to you. Like
Yeah.
I've never heard something like this happening in my life. That's what's amusing
Mhm.
about the whole story.
Well, the
But
best part is that's what the deputy said too.
yeah,
He's like, I've never seen anything like this because I'm asking him questions like, okay, so obviously I don't see the scene.
that's my favorite because you didn't really know it at all what to do. You're like,
Right.
what?
Yeah. So I'm asking the deputy, like, okay, so if this deer damages my garage,
Yeah,
obviously I'm getting a hold of my homeowner's insurance. I have the claim number for the accident and everything. How does this work? He's like, honestly, I have no idea
that's all. Yeah,
because the deer T-boned the truck.
yeah,
So the entire thing, I guess, would fall on state of Ohio, which is the owner of the deer,
yeah.
which is super interesting.
I just popped
Ooh,
up the this
pretty.
you real quick want to do this?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
just to figure out what was happening there. I ended up having to go over and field dress the deer.
Yeah,
So
which was awesome of
and
him.
then really spoiled you. Took
Yeah.
off part of the day to go
Yep.
in and bring it to a processing center for
Yeah,
me.
because I couldn't really take the day off work. All the vacation schedule is done for January at my job.
Yeah, I mean it worked out. That way it's not
Yep,
going the deer's not going to waste. Yeah.
absolutely.
This got really I don't even know country.
Hey, yee yee.
I'm guaranteed nobody. They're like,
What just
so
happened?
this is obviously we had just talked about how this was not going to be a Knights podcast, but
And then we
I need to
circled right back to
I need
nights.
to go to the bathroom. So Chuck is gonna do a sponsor thing here.
I'm just doing a full sponsor thing.
You're gonna do a sponsor thing. You're just gonna wing it. Eh,
Do 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 do
And
do
I
do
mean,
do do.
we don't really care about. I mean, the sales a whole lot. I mean, if you can't afford them, don't buy it. You know what I mean? Go for
Yeah.
the ebook if you're gonna
Yeah,
can't afford.
honestly, we
If
just want you to enjoy,
yeah, we basically actually we're gonna go back to nice here in a for a second.
of course.
Because originally, just to try to get like you involved a little bit more,
Yeah.
or like something you would more enjoy.
Yeah.
It went back to
Yeah, that narrowed it down, bud.
dude, I just draw the hard blank.
You've been doing this all night.
Dude, what's up? I'm out of it. Um,
My favorite part was getting this whole thing set up, guys, because Joel
that's what messed
is
me up.
special.
I hit my head a little bit, and he's making fun of it.
Oh, no, best part. He's walking around, going to take care of something with the lighting, and he trips over the light and almost hits his head on his dresser in here. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm bleeding on my knee right now, like it bled through. Yeah, it's bad. It hurt. It hurt bad, dude, for real. I was like, and then I broke our brand new camera stand we got just for this.
Yep.
But basically, what we're getting at
Yeah,
here, nights. We were trying to find something a little more enjoyable for you because you really did like working with things like you did the release parties, and
absolutely.
you loved that because you were interacting
Absolutely.
with people, you were chatting.
I
It was
love interacting with
it was mainly the writing
fans
stuff.
and everybody else. I love talking to people. Those are my niches.
Yeah,
It's the sitting down and doing something
by
just by
yourself.
myself.
It,
I get so
it's
distracted.
like you like the idea of writing,
Absolutely.
but you just struggle to get it done
Yep.
and do that part. So yeah, it's understandable. So this is something else that we've decided to put together. So Knights technically did fund this. So I was like, well, if we got to use a bathroom break, we'll do
Quick sponsor.
a sponsor. Just that's more as of a funny than anything,
Yeah, and
and
my favorite
also
part is the
puts
fact that
Chuck on the spot. So
he
this is
wrote no script for me.
no
I wrote
script.
no script for this. So, yay, Women's of Crystal Coast is a great book.
Hold. Oh, you haven't even got started. I'm not. Yeah, I gotta go to the restroom here. Oh my gosh, my whole thing's falling apart. So I'm gonna let Chuck take you into sponsor land. That just for fun, it's gonna be hilarious because he's nervous. Look at him
Just so you're aware, if he's gone for more than 5 minutes, this is going to get really boring. I mean, it's probably going to be boring for the 5 minutes too.
right there. Everyone just logged out. They're like, nope, we're done with this podcast. This is too amateurish. This is horrible. This is horrible. But I will be right back, and when we come back, surprise time for Chuck.
I might have to pee.
You got you got Chuck.
I can hold it. We're good.
No, basically, um, we do have a surprise though for you today.
Okay.
Special surprise.
Yeah.
You excited?
Yay.
You don't look excited at all.
I hate surprises.
Oh, we got one for you.
And yes, I got loud for a reason.
Uh oh.
Joel.
Uh oh.
Uh-oh, what?
No. All right, yeah. When I come back, we'll do that. I'll let you do the sponsorship script, which is gonna be hilarious. You guys enjoy this.
That was really loud, Joel. Enjoy yourself, boo. I won't miss you. So basically, I guess I'm just doing a fun little announcement of my favorite book in Dragon Band so far has been Women of the Crystal Coast. I think it's fantastic. I think it does good things and it plays with a lot of women in power, which is awesome to me. So yeah, if you want to buy it, buy it. If you don't, okay. I mean, buy it. Just buy it. My favorite part is when he's gonna go back, rewatch this whole thing, and enjoy just how terrible I am at talking to myself. Sorry. Oh, you didn't even hear that. How did that happen? Um, I feel like a lunatic right now because I'm talking to myself, and that's weird to me. Hi, Joel. Uh-oh. Did you bring me a glass of milk? What am I drinking right now?
All right. Is that real slow? So this is a surprise.
So what am I drinking?
So I'm gonna explain to everybody here real quick what's been going on. How'd you do with the sponsor thing, by the way?
Oh,
Oh yeah,
dude, you're
there's
gonna love watching that.
that awful.
I even mentioned how much you're gonna love watching that.
Was it brutally awkward?
Well, yes, because I feel like a crazy person when I'm talking to myself. I'm not good at it.
Awesome. So to explain what's going on here, um, last what's your birthday month again? July.
July.
Thank you. July. So we had a little 30th get together for chocolate surprise one, which was
Yes. It
hilarious.
was a great time, but
So actually, I'm gonna run through it because it.
all right, go for it. I mean,
Yeah.
I just want to say I appreciated it greatly. I was way too
Uh,
inebriated
yeah.
to fully react though.
Yeah. So we told you we were going on a road trip, and
Yep.
need you to get wasted, which is
Yes, which I did.
yes, and not that we don't really honestly we don't really drink that much anymore,
Yeah.
like compared to when we were younger.
Yeah, and then they went ahead and blindfolded me too.
So yeah, so showed up to his house, got him a little out of state of mind.
Mhm.
He got in the car. I was like, "Hey, bud, got to put on the bandana," and he immediately knew there was something bad happening.
Yep.
And the best part is when I called you to plan this, I'm like, "I need you." I was like, "Listen, I knew how much it would stress him out to you know, make him wonder." So I called him up like 3 months before and I was like, "Hey, listen, I need you to do me a solid. I need you to guarantee that you can do something with me on a road trip this weekend. I need you to guarantee that for me. Can't tell you what it is though." And you really immediately stressed out
Yeah.
because you don't
Yeah.
like surprises.
And then of course, I played the nice role
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm not going to try to figure this out because that's something I'm really good at. You
Yeah.
know that if I want to know something, I'm going to find out.
Well, the best part was, so I was like, "I listed his birthday weekend." And he's like, "Well, that is my birthday weekend." And I was like, "Oh shit, it is," even though I knew the whole time. So I'm like planning it. So I was like,
Yeah, so we went what, 2 weeks before my birthday with that one? I believe so.
it was longer than that.
Was it?
Oh yeah,
3 weeks before?
yeah. It was a way of
Yeah.
yeah. So and I was like, "So listen, I need you to do me a solid. I need you to make sure that you're not doing anything with anybody or anything this day. I need your help." And he's like, "Okay." So then I was like, "And if you want to make it fun, get you a little liquored up before we go." And he was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
you tell me
So
what you need from me." And I was like, "All right."
yeah, and I'm over here asking him questions like, "What kind of dress code do I need?" So he's like, "Just wear something you don't care about."
Yeah.
Okay.
And so immediately he's like, "Oh, this is gonna be bad." I'm
Yeah.
just gonna
So my first thought is, okay, we're gonna go play in the mud. I'm assuming there's gonna be a concert of some sorts, which
you
granted,
because we go to a lot of concerts.
yeah. And I've decided not to try to figure it out, but I'm still at this point of, okay, sounds like a concert, no big deal. We're good.
Yeah, you gotta admit it bothered you pretty good because I hung up on you
Oh,
then after that.
100%. And you
Yeah.
know how much I
Oh,
love
yeah.
being ignored and hung up on.
Yeah, that was good. It was
Ugh.
just all the right touches in all the right places.
Yeah,
I nailed it.
you're
I nailed it.
it's almost like you know me or something and
Oh,
know
dude, it
how
was
to
so
push
good.
my buttons.
I'm not gonna lie, I was so proud
I
because
bet.
and then Jake was giddy when my brother, he was giddy
Yeah.
when he found out. He's like, "Oh, this is hilarious." So I was like, "So here's the plan. I'm gonna get him." Uh, just it went honestly perfectly to plan. Showed up to your house,
Mhm.
got you liquored up, couple shots, threw the bandana on, took off, did loops around your initial block.
Yeah, which is what finally threw me off
I
is
even
when you
pulled him.
turned around in a
I
driveway.
turned away and drive, yeah, and that really messed with you. Then I went down to a local park, did circles in the parking lot.
Yeah, and my favorite thing is I felt like he went around a roundabout, and I didn't even know there was one anywhere near your hometown.
Yeah. So then we went through the ended up being one, which is hilarious because they just put that in. So it's
I
like
brought it on my
it's
way
probably
here
a
today.
40-minute drive. And the whole time you're
Yeah,
like, yeah, 30, probably 30.
yeah.
Is it?
Well,
Is it
it
20?
felt like 50.
Yeah, well, yeah, with that, because be circling around and all that stuff. It took a minute.
Yeah, and I'm inebriated, blindfolded,
Yeah.
so I have no idea. I'm
Let's
going
just
off a sense of feel that I don't have.
you tried to put on a good face, but
Yeah.
you could clearly tell you were not happy about the whole
Well,
scenario.
let's be real. I wear my emotions right here.
There was some hard twitching going on. He's got a nice twitch when he's flustered. So right there, bingo, bango, we got it. And so basically, got him to the house, pulled in all kinds of crazy in my driveway. It's like, all right, get out now. And then shut the door. And he's like, "Are you gonna help me?" Because I made you put those sound things
Yep.
on as well, so you couldn't hear what was going on.
Mhm.
'Cause I didn't want you to hear when we got out of the car, like the people standing in the garage.
He took away 2 of my senses, and that's not good.
Yeah. So basically, we get him sit down in a chair in my garage. Everybody kind of gathered around with some cupcakes. And now this might sound mean, but my boy here is kind of a masochist. He enjoys that kind of humor, right?
Yes.
So as soon as I took this off, what was supposed to happen, because I know you love your 50 Cent, your
Mhm.
throwback, I was gonna have Into Club playing
Oh, that'd
just
have
to
been gold.
really throw you back
But it
off.
was just silent,
It
and
was
I'm
just
sitting here
silent.
listening, and I hear some movement,
Hmm.
but I don't know what it
And
is. I
you,
can't
dude,
really figure it out.
bro, you 10 steps so hard too.
Oh, yeah, because I knew something was coming,
Yeah.
and then nobody did it.
Yeah. And you're like, what's happening? So you took it off. We had cupcakes. Face smashed you.
Which the worst part is, nobody hit me as hard as they should have.
Right. Yeah.
I should have been
I think my
massive cupcakes in the nose,
somebody got you one right
ears.
up here, which is
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's fantastic.
Yeah, you were more shell shocked still though. You should have
Yeah.
seen your face. You're like,
Well,
what's
yeah.
happening, dude?
Well, I'm
Yeah.
mind
And
you,
and then
I'm already messed up.
you stand up, and there was only 4 of us that did the cupcake because
Yeah.
everyone felt so bad.
They shouldn't have.
I'll go into that whole story later. Different podcast. But
Yeah.
so with smashed your face,
Mhm.
and then you were like stood up, and you can only see us 4 that had smashed you in the face, and behind you is the rest of the party.
Mhm.
So you're like, what the hell? And the best part is they're all my friends for the most part, and your
Yeah.
friends, and they're worthless in this scenario. It was
Yeah.
worth. It was hilariously awkward.
Yep.
Turns around, nobody says happy birthday. There's
Yep.
like, so everyone's supposed to yell surprise. No one yells surprise, so, and except me and Cassie
Yeah.
and like Jacob maybe or
Yeah.
Ben. Somebody did, and it was very few of us that yelled surprise.
Yeah.
And you were still. It was the funny part about the whole scenario. You were still completely like, what the hell's happening?
Yeah. Yeah. Although I will say this though, 100% the best ice cream cake I've ever had in my entire life.
Oh yeah, bro. I believe that was Cassie who made that homemade for you.
It was fantastic.
So basically, what happened? I was like, "Listen, bud, this isn't your only surprise. You got another surprise coming, but it's gonna be a little late."
Yeah, and
And
he's been saying this
it's
for 6 months
I've
now,
been holding above you.
driving me
I
insane.
know, but I love it so much. It's hilarious. So basically, this is not the surprise. I just want to play with your head and say that we had a surprise today. We don't have a surprise today for you,
Oh, thank. So I still gotta wait
but
for it?
this is a surprise.
What is this?
This is called Pilk. All right, so I saw this on the internet. We're gonna try Pilk. I'll tell you what it is after you drink it.
I already know what it is,
Oh, you know what this is?
and
It's just it sounds gross, doesn't it?
I've tried
So,
it.
you've already tried this?
Yeah.
Is it bad?
Mm.
Weirdly fucking not bad at
Yep.
all. What the hell made you try this? I've just started about this. Love you have like a milky mustache
You
now.
ever met my brother?
Yeah. Did he see this and was like, "We're trying this"?
Yes.
That is amazing. Brandon. That's Chuck's brother. Brandon. It's actually not bad. So it is 50%.
I'm not the biggest fan of it, like,
No,
it's
it's not.
not delicious
It's
by
not.
any means, but it's a lot better than what you would expect for being Pepsi and milk.
Yeah, it's 50-50 Pepsi milk. It's Pilk. Pilk.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought of it like someone I just watched the video. I was like, that sounds horrible.
By the way, you got all this wonderful equipment up here. We have
Horrible.
all of this, and you're gonna give me something that you think I'm gonna spit out.
I didn't think that through.
No, you
I did
didn't.
not think that through at all. Gosh dang. Maybe I'll run my surprises by you next time.
Please do.
Yeah, yeah. No, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna mess with your head a little bit and be like, hey, we're sharing your share, your surprise. But it's not by the time you get your surprise, you'll be 31.
Oh, awesome.
So it was for his 30th birthday, but it's 31.
Yeah, the best part about it is though, at least this one only lasted 2
So
days and not like 3 months.
it honestly isn't as bad as I thought. It tastes
No.
like a root beer float, but melted.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not great,
Mm.
but it's not bad.
You don't have to drink it if you don't want. Like I said, it was more for the taste testing. What I say is we do some random segment, try some weird stuff every once in a while.
I'm game.
Our like hot sauce test, which is hilarious, and not
You
have
just wanna see my
and
face.
have no water or anything to drink.
Kinda
And
like at
then
work.
yeah, just like that, where you tried Dave's and Sandy sauce, and then our line started running. We were working together in a factory, and
Mhm.
then the line started running, and we had to run, and you're legit basically just sweating, and your face is beat red.
Well, you
While you're
see,
racking
the thing
farts.
is, I love hot sauce. I love the feel of the heat
Yeah,
and everything
I'm
else.
a sucker for it too, dude.
but it doesn't agree with my mouth.
Well, yeah, especially that
And
stuff.
well, especially when you eat a pepper.
Oh, that was just stupidity.
Thanks, bud.
Let's just put it where it's at, bud. That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. That's a whole nother tangent. We're gonna go into the tangent. We're gonna roll right into it. Screw it. So, my
You
boy
remember
here.
what kind of pepper that was?
Uh-huh. Yeah. So, eh,
All right, so I had what's called a UPPP done because
throat surgery, correct?
yes, they shortened my palate, shortened my uvula, and removed my tonsils. So I have that done, and a week later,
So dumb.
mind you, I stopped taking my meds because I want to feel the pain so that I realize how
Sure.
much surgery actually hurts. And not gonna lie, it hurt a little bit, but it wasn't near as bad as what I thought it was
Yeah.
until I went to your brother's house.
Yeah. So you went to my brother's house. I was there for that, right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure I was there for that. Wasn't I?
Was it you or Mitchell?
Me and Mitchell were both there, I believe.
Okay.
I want to say. So our buddy Mitchell,
Yeah.
my brother's name's Jacob. So um he's like, hey, it's Carolina Reaper. Didn't he offer you money to do it or
Yes.
something? Yeah. So
Yes.
then of course
I did get paid.
you don't turn anything down for money.
I do now.
Yeah,
I've
you
become an adult.
some of the things I've seen
Well,
you,
ish.
I don't know how you're alive. Let's just say that.
Fair enough.
You ate an oh, just all kinds
I
of
had
gross
a
stuff.
Carolina Reaper a week after I had surgery on my throat. Yes.
Yeah. And then you chugged a half a gallon of milk and you were like, my throat. And I thought we were gonna take you to the hospital.
Mhm. And not gonna
And the
lie,
whole time I was like, this is a terrible idea.
my
And
stomach hurt so bad from that milk.
yeah, Carolina Reaper is the only thing. Well, see, I can't say I wasn't in the correct mind state when I had my Carolina Reaper first time
Yeah.
because I didn't know it was Carolina Reaper. My uncle got those from a guy who told him they were scorpion peppers as a joke,
Are you kidding me?
which is not funny at all.
Not even a little
No,
bit.
not funny. And they were actually Carolina Reapers.
Yeah. Now, mind
So
you, I
we
don't even like peppers.
when I did it, we chopped them up and we're like, hey,
Oh
let's try the
no.
scorpion pepper or whatever that. Yeah, I think we thought it was a scorpion pepper. And we're like, hey, let's roll with this. So we all threw it in, chewed it up, and it was a weird experience because it's a pepper it's hot when you first initially eat it, but you're like, okay, it's doable, and it grows for the next half hour.
Yep.
It just increases. There's no getting rid of it.
Nope.
It increases. So we'll start off fine. You're sitting back, hurts
That
so
brought me to
bad.
my
Yeah,
knees.
I remember. Yeah,
I was in tears. I don't cry like
yeah.
ever,
So
which not necessarily a good thing,
yeah,
but
yeah. 3 days or something later after I had mine, they're like, my uncle's like, yeah, by the way, those were Carolina Reapers. This idiot I worked with that gave them to me lied about it. And they ended up being,
that's just rude.
yeah. So, dude, I thought my one uncle I thought we were going to take him to the hospital because he was so pale. And I was like, dude, I was like, it's not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was dumb. It
Yeah.
was dumb. Chuck. The whole time I was like, don't do it, Chuck, but I'm going to stand here and watch and record.
You act like that's the dumbest thing I've done.
Yeah, that sadly it's not.
Oh, we're just getting started, folks.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. See, Chuck was a little reckless when he was younger. So out of control.
Hey, I'm paying the prices now, okay?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, that's happens as you get
The
older.
heartburn I got going on in my life, miserable. And when you're getting heartburn and sinuses, so you can't drink milk to help with the heartburn because it'll just make your sinuses worse. That's getting older.
Interesting. You had any other TV shows you watched at all? Circling back
Um,
around to that topic, just out of
let's
curiosity.
see, TV shows that
Oh,
I've been watching lately.
Wheel of Time.
Oh yes,
Okay, let's try to avoid spoilers. Okay. But let's just say I have 2 episodes left. I still haven't watched the whole thing.
I don't
Don't what?
have any left.
You watched the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I want your thoughts. Talked to one other person. They were very disappointed. So far, with 2 episodes left, I like it as its own thing with the sprinkling of stuff from the book. But I'm a huge fan of the books, and they hacked the hell out of that plot line.
Okay.
They could have cut stuff out and still kept the same plot.
Okay. Yes, but here's the thing. When I look at a TV show like this and with what the books had to offer, you can't necessarily just stick to the script,
Yeah.
because if they just stick to the book, we're not gonna get anywhere. The entire first season is gonna be boring, it's gonna be drawn out, all that other stuff. So, I understand how they have to bounce around.
Yeah.
That being said, they also have to change certain aspects to make it new to the
Yeah.
person who read the book. And I
And
get that, and
they did a good job with
they
that.
did a great job with that.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side, as a standalone, I thought it was really good. Somebody who read the books, mind you, that's my favorite book series by far.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not impressed.
Are you gonna continue season 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of like The Shining for me.
Okay.
You know, I enjoyed the book.
God, the movie was so bad.
I could not stand the movie, but I finished up with Doctor Sleep, and then I had to go. We went and saw the movie
Yeah.
because even though the first movie's terrible, I
The
had to go watch it. Now, mind you, that
Doctor Sleep fixed a lot of the
it
problems
fixed
I had with
everything because
season. Yeah,
I felt like it tied the book, the
absolutely.
movie, the Shining book, and the Shining movie,
All
and the
together.
Doctor Sleep book all into it, and it brought it all full circle, and it was really good.
People, dude, what blows my mind is The Shining is a classic horror movie,
Yeah,
and it was probably one of the worst horror movies I've ever seen.
absolutely.
And I get that people going from the book to that, the book is unreal
Yeah,
how much better it is. And guys, if you're not reading, like, just do audiobooks. It's worth it.
100%.
It is worth it. That's what we got you into, actually,
Yeah,
because
and
you
I
didn't like
was
audiobooks
listening to it
initially.
all the time at work. Now, lately, I can't do it with work because of what I do. But I listen to it in my car on the way to work, on my car in my car on the way home. And what I've been reading right now is it's called The Black Prism,
Yeah.
and it's actually really good.
Black Prism, is that, by Brent Weeks?
Brent Weeks,
Brent
yes.
Weeks, yeah, okay. Yeah, I've heard a lot about him, but I have not listened or read any of his stuff.
Yeah, actually my buddy Jack, he tried to get me into it, and I actually got him to read the first book in the Wheel of Time series.
Oh,
And
nice little trade-off.
yeah, no, he couldn't get into it. It's not his style of reading,
Yeah.
something's wrong with it. Now, mind you, the weird part is he loves politics in books.
I didn't feel like there was any politics in the first couple wheel times, though.
No,
It was
but
about
the series
the
itself
3rd one.
gets
Yeah,
highly into
or 4th.
politics within the series.
Book 4 starts, I believe, is really heavy in the
Yeah,
politics.
and you know me.
You have your political tensions,
Yeah.
but you don't have straight up
Yeah,
politics.
now mind you, there were a few books that I felt like I was suffering through it to get through it within that series,
Yeah,
but it all definitely came around full circle, definitely nailed it, and I think the TV show's good, not great,
okay.
based on that stuff.
Yeah, like I said, I've got 2 other, um,
Episodes.
episodes to watch, so I'm gonna get through it, but I still haven't got through it all the way.
Yeah, and honestly though, my big thing with shows like, what's it called? What's that other fantasy TV show?
The Witcher?
No, the super famous one.
Super famous, huh?
Yeah,
It's fantasy?
yeah.
Who's in it?
Good question. I
Oh
know
my
there's a
god.
dragon, there's a blonde with long straight hair who rides a
Game of
dragon.
Thrones.
Yeah, that one.
My chair is a Game of Thrones chair.
Oh, gotcha. So, Game of Thrones, super famous, super popular, you know, did great things with the entire series. And I felt like Wheel of Time didn't try to follow the same mold,
No, it definitely didn't.
which to me, that's a little weird because if you're going into the fantasy realm with a TV show, that feels like a good base. Feels like a great base.
Yeah, but how much, Game of Thrones did you watch?
2 episodes.
I don't know if it would a lot of people were turned off by uh, a lot of sexual content in the first couple seasons, a lot, and then just they axe everybody, dude. So I don't know if they could have followed that exactly.
Well, no, not to
Quality,
a
maybe.
T, but I meant, yeah, kinda
Yeah,
quality, kinda, maybe and not necessarily a spinoff, but there's been a mold set for how fantasy needs to
yeah.
be in TV.
Okay, yeah. What do you think about the new Lord of the Rings series coming up? Have you heard anything about this on Amazon Prime?
I haven't. I
It's supposed to be.
I watched all the Lord of the Rings movies, but I never watched any of the Hobbits or anything like that. So,
Hobbit's hit and miss.
yeah,
Yep.
I'm on the fence because and it's been so long since I watched
Did
Lord of the Rings too.
Did you like Lord of the Rings
I
recently?
did. I
Okay.
did.
Oh, I was gonna say if you didn't like that, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah. Of
I said it.
course.
Lord of the Rings is amazing. I don't even care. So good. So, out of curiosity,
Yep.
book wise, what do you think about this? Hold on, I'm gonna share it here.
Ooh.
Did you see this already?
No.
So that is Dragons of Deceit. They just announced a new Dragonlance book by Margaret Wise and Tracy Hickman.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know if you. There's a whole thing about it with the lawsuit and everything. Did you?
No, I didn't.
There were some issues. Apparently, they weren't gonna publish it, and then authors sued the Wizards of the Coast to release
Oh.
it.
Oh my.
And they won, or they settled, or something. I'm not sure, but it basically got worked out.
Yeah.
So they were able to go forward, and they got it published. So it worked. And this is coming out here in. Let's see here. It's coming out August 9th, it looks like.
Okay.
And it's here. I'm just gonna read it real quick because I'm kind of intrigued. You read the initial three, correct? And the Legend of Huma of the Dragonlance
Yes,
series.
I absolutely loved Legend of Huma.
Such a good book.
That's
Richard A. Knack.
quite
For anybody who
quite
didn't know who that is, yeah.
quite honestly, that's probably my favorite book. That
Really?
could be standalone, yes.
Standalone book? Yeah. That was a really good one. So,
Mm, before you get started on this, I
yeah.
think I'm gonna use the restroom while
Yeah,
you're
go
reading
for
that
it.
off.
Yeah. So,
You know.
yeah, I got you, bud. All right, let's see here. So, it says Margaret Wise and Tracy Hickman return to the unforgettable world of the New York Times bestselling Dragonlance series as a new heroine, just desperate to restore her beloved father to life, sets off on a quest to change time. Okay, so it's looking like it's a new character. Destina Rosethorn, as her name implies, believes herself to be the favored child of destiny. But when her father dies in the War of the Lance, she watches her carefully constructed world come crashing down. Not only does Okay, so it's going back to the War of the Lance. Sorry, I just realized. So this is possibly taking place during the Chronicles, the original three Dragonlance books. But she watches her carefully constructed world crash down. Not only does she lose her beloved father, but the legacy he has left her, the family lands and castle, the family lands and castle. To save her father, she hatches a bold plan to go back in time and prevent this death. Okay, so um, for those of you guys who aren't really aware with Dragonlance, or you read some of them, the Legends, which was right after the initial three, so it's the trilogy after the first trilogy, really tackles uh, time travel. So it's looking like it's doing that. Oh, there it is. I knew Tasselhoff could be popping back up. So Tasselhoff, it looks like Tasselhoff's here. First, she has to secure the device of time journey and last known to be in possession of a spirited Kendra Tasselhoff Burfoot. But to change time, she needs another magical artifact, the powerful and most dangerous artifact ever created. Destina's quest takes her from the dwarven kingdom of Thorbarden to the town of Solus and beyond, setting in motion a chain of disastrous events that threaten to divert the course of the river time, alter the past, and forever change the future. Okay. So they could possibly be going back and changing some of the initial things from the first three.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm excited. I already got it pre-ordered. Sorry, something wrong with the cam right there.
I'm gonna have to get on there because I actually started my own Audible account
Oh yeah, you said that.
and started grabbing a bunch of
Oh,
books for that. So,
oh, there you go. You're freezing.
oh, that's not good.
No, we're good though.
But
So yeah, I got
can
that.
you pre-order that for Audible?
I assume so. I pre-ordered hardcover on Amazon. I imagine it probably has it on Audible as well.
Okay, yeah, because I got like 5 credits
Like,
right now,
I guess
so
I guess I can look right now.
might as well start using them.
Yeah, yep. It's yeah, pre-ordered and it's read by it just says Random House Audio, so maybe they haven't got a narrator yet, or maybe it's on the actual Audible site, but it's not I'm on Amazon. So,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, so that was kind of awesome because I grew up reading Dragonlance. So, and
Well,
that
that's
was
what you
my
I
first
think Legend of Human was the first book I
actually
actually
read.
finished
Yeah,
in my adult
excuse
life,
me.
I should say.
Yeah,
Definitely the first fantasy book I ever finished was Legend of Huma, and I've actually listened to it twice,
really.
which that's the only book I've ever fully made it through twice.
Oh,
So,
wow. Oh, yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Richard Anak is a phenomenal author. I really like his stuff. Yeah, so I'll definitely be reading it just to check it out and see what it
Absolutely.
is. And then, so I guess with this podcast, what do you think it? I think it's just gonna be a bunch of nerdum stuff, really.
I think that's gonna definitely take the
Chatting,
forefront.
chatting, make each other a
Obviously, we have
little bit of
our
comedy. Really,
yeah, we have some interest of
try.
our own.
Yeah,
So I think it'll definitely bounce around. I think if we
but
ever gain real traction or whatnot, and or like
what are your other interests? Out of curiosity,
as
outside
far
of
as
like your free time,
I like to play D&D a lot, which more nerd stuff.
love D&D, dude.
And I am a diehard Buckeyes fan, diehard
Football.
Cowboys fan.
Yep. Dude, we definitely need to do like a podcast just specifically on growing up in a small town
Oh
and being
yeah,
a nerd.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
for
I
another
mean,
time for sure.
I
Golfing,
golfing.
yeah, there it is. Golfing, put everybody to sleep. That's right. I'm not really a golf hater, but it's more so my skill.
Oh, dude, I'm terrible.
Do you know? Do you remember the first time you showed
I
me?
do.
And I hit your was it my car or your car? It was one of our cars.
I don't
Ran the
remember.
hood, and I was like, "I'm done, bud. Here you go, take it." That was also in our driveway, so I mean, it wasn't
Yeah.
brilliant, but yeah, I was into the field, but
Yeah, he was aiming completely away from the car and hit the ball backwards. I mean, it takes a special skill to do that.
yeah, I think I would turn into Happy Gilmore. I really do. I was
Y-
yelling and start getting angry and stuff.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Maybe back in the day, I'm not as you
Now, honestly,
quick to anger.
the
No,
beautiful part of golf for me is you have to relax in order to accomplish anything.
yeah,
So it forces you into the mind state because you know me, I'm a go, go, go kind of guy.
hmm,
Constantly on the go, constantly on the move, constantly doing something.
yeah,
So when you're out there, it forces me to calm down,
yeah,
relax a little bit, and just play.
yeah.
Um, but I also bowl a lot.
You have a lot of sports activities.
I do. I
Yeah,
do. I like to stay kind of active. I mean,
I'm the opposite.
I'm still kind of fat,
I
but
like to stay inactive. Kind of thick boy nation. Let's go. No,
I think I'm in there.
yeah, yeah, buddy. Dad bods.
I think I might have passed that.
Yeah, no, yeah, I do have my own. Yeah, I mean, I like D&D.
Yep.
Obviously, nerdy stuff. We're both into card playing games.
Oh yeah.
Some of like, Pokemon or Magic or whatever.
Yeah, I'm definitely big into Magic. Just now starting to
And
collect for Pokemon, so
that
I can play with your daughters and
talking about
stuff, which is
Pokemon, that
cool.
it's hilarious because that is we all a lot of us had Pokemon cards,
Yeah.
and no one knew how to play those. I feel like
Yeah.
I
No, I had no
never,
idea.
I never played
Although I will say I did go over to my buddy Jack's house and we sat down and we actually played a couple games with the Pokemon
real
so we could figure
simple.
it out.
Yeah,
And it's so easy.
yeah, it's
I
fun.
downloaded the game on my phone
Yeah,
and I've been playing that quite a bit.
you're gonna destroy me now.
I don't know about all that, man. Probably. But I just wanted to get a good feel for it. And
Yeah,
honestly, it's kind of fun. It's not bad at all.
yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely different. It's hilarious that I'm learning this how to
Yeah,
play it. What
absolutely.
was it? 20 years probably after we had cards.
I feel like I'm trying to be a kid again.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I mind you, magic is
We
always going to be my number one when it comes to that though.
sure we've grown up, but that's more so just like
Yeah.
getting beat to death by life over and over and over. It's not even growing up. I think that's all it is. It's just like wear and tear on your body.
Yep.
It's not even getting old. It's like you're still a kid,
Yeah.
but life beats you into some kind of like other mold, kind of
Yeah,
weird
absolutely.
thing.
And I definitely feel like you still have to have fun.
Dude, for sure.
Still
Yeah.
got to be a little wild, a little crazy.
Pokemon's you're crazy.
No,
No, that's not. But it's
no.
fun. It is. So
Like eating a pepper a week after surgery.
that's you're kind of crazy.
If you're not having fun, what are you doing?
Yeah. Was that fun? Would you call that fun?
all the events leading up to it, and once my throat was okay, absolutely. Would I
Yeah.
do it again? I need to raise the
Yeah.
price. But yes.
I I think I yeah, because I mean, I do definitely have some different I'm more into gaming than you are, for sure.
Yes.
Video games are
Now,
my that is legit how I, for
yeah,
me, relax, like, fully
that's how you
relax.
de-stress,
To
yeah.
de-stress, absolutely.
And I
And it's like kind of a puzzle, so I
yeah,
still f like, most of the games I play, so I feel like it's still somewhat obviously, I don't really play shooters a whole lot besides Hunt Showdown,
yeah.
and even that is more of a strategy, like, stalking.
That's so like, honestly, Hunt Showdown the only first person shooter that I've ever fully enjoyed.
Yeah.
Now mind you, there's I think a game mode on COD that I'm down to play because if you die, you're done. Outside of that, I don't understand um MMOs.
You gotta grind heavy on those.
I'm not a grinder. I mean, obviously, I play Madden, I play Civ 6.
Yeah.
I play these
So
games that I can just sit there and just casually play
yeah.
because I can't dive in.
So, genius idea here.
Yeah.
Obviously, we kinda created, if we decide to switch it up and we're not feeling podcasts,
Yeah.
we're gonna try to podcast once a week, try,
Yes.
but at
100%.
minimum twice or once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolute minimum.
If yeah, things we'll see how things work out.
Mhm.
I think it'll be fine, but we'll see.
And when
But
are we uploading this?
so today, this is just a testing episode, guys. So if you're like listening, you're like, "Do you guys have no clue what they're doing?" Well, obviously the name,
Yeah,
you should have figured that out already.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't make us the only idiots here.
hello, yeah, we warned you. If we gave you all the warnings we can give you.
In all
Um,
fairness, I was
so
left unsupervised.
yeah, so this is it was Saturday. We started this
Mhm.
at 12 in the morning because of you, and we'll get into that in a second.
Hey, that's Jason's fault.
Yeah,
Well, and mine.
yeah. So we started this on a Saturday night as a test just to make sure everything's set up. Which there's still some issues, guys. Listen, if you see any issues that's really bothering you with the stream, or not the stream, the podcast, um, comment below and explain what's going on that you're
Yeah,
not enjoying or something.
absolutely.
We're definitely obviously we're amateurs here. We're just this is our first podcast we've ever really done. I've been on one other podcast. I don't think the other one was a podcast. It was more of an interview, but an interview with our artist,
Okay, yeah,
Jamie
yeah,
Noble. So and both I was terribly
yeah.
awkward on. I
Oh,
felt,
absolutely.
oh
You're an
my
awkward
god.
person.
Uh,
That's what I love
This is
about you,
actually
bud.
what works out well with this. I feel like I'm not as
Yeah.
awkward. Yeah. Gosh, I'm
I
so
feel like you
awkward
feel a
talking
little
here.
more comfortable just because there's somebody else
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So I want to
Um,
go and like slap the guy across the table. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
absolutely. I
Yeah.
want to slap that one
Yeah.
too.
Oh no.
But at the end of the day,
Got that
I
reach dog.
think so. One thing that I've noticed already is so I had my notes up on my phone, and
Hmm.
earlier in the podcast, I grabbed it because the screen turned off. I put it over there. I checked it a couple times. All I was doing was looking at her notes,
Hmm.
but it looked like I was playing on my phone or being distracted.
Wow. You were being distracted during my podcast, our
Well,
podcast.
I wasn't. I was keeping on track,
How
but
dare you?
that's what it looked like, and I could tell that that's what it looked like. So that's one of the little criticism things that I can already give for myself.
Yeah. So yeah, basically we just randomly on a Saturday, we're like, hey, we're gonna do this now. We're gonna figure out what's going on. If there's issues with this, see what people think of the format. It
Yeah,
was all over the place, honestly, just because of the initial because we had the nights kind of explaining
absolutely,
what was going on. And
absolutely.
then I mean we watched, TV shows and books came up, which is
Yeah.
honestly we were gonna talk about a lot of nerdy shit because
Well, honestly, we didn't even
we're
get to all the topics we were planning on getting to because we get
what other
caught
topics
up
do we
on all
have?
the stand. Um,
What did you want? What else did
hold
you want
on.
to talk? You look at the notes.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the notes. You know I'm
How
cheating.
unprofessional.
Oh wait, did we?
Was there mainly it was
Oh,
just like, hey,
we didn't really get to the D&D stuff. But
That's
that's about
yeah,
it.
that's what yeah. Well, you can still get into D&D stuff if you want.
Oh
It's up to
well,
you.
you were getting ready to tell them why we're starting so late. So
Oh, yeah.
this is part of it.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, we're just kind of doing a test episode,
Yeah,
but normally I think we're gonna record on
Mondays.
Mondays, and then so we'll probably upload Tuesdays or Monday night.
I would think upload on Monday night. That way,
Yeah,
if we do decide to go live at any point, we could just do it on Monday, and that way we're keeping the same day
that makes sense.
at the very least.
Yeah, so also with if we decide to swap it up and we're not feeling a podcast night, there's a possibility of us doing a live stream video game thing, which is more my enjoyment than
Yeah.
his. However, I think I have a genius idea. We've already named it, which is just making fun of ourselves, and we love it. Two boys and one brain cell, and we have to fight over the brain cell the whole episode, the whole live stream. That's genius.
He'll
So
win most of them. Don't worry.
check this out. I think we could do a live stream when we want to swap it up on Civ 6 or something like that.
Okay.
Pass back and forth.
Ooh, that'll be interesting.
They have a hot seat. So that means I play my turn, hand you the controller, you play your turn.
That'd be kind of cool.
We
Yeah.
just crack open some beers, play some Civ, and
Absolutely,
just
dude.
chat.
We can get 6 hours easy in
Oh,
on
for
that.
sure.
No, not gonna lie. I will tell you this. I'm not good at this game.
Yeah.
I
Well,
might have over 100 hours playing it, but
yeah.
I am terrible.
What ends up happening is
So much fun though.
you get bored with the difficulty and you start upping it just out of curiosity. See
Yeah,
where it goes. And then get slaughtered. And then you're
dude.
wondering,
So when you showed me how you beat it on deity a couple times,
yeah,
so I threw it on deity,
did you win?
bro,
You get stomped?
bro.
Not
The
even right.
barbarians beat me out in 20 turns. Okay. I met another civilization who 5 turns in already had 3 cities, and I'm like, how did this happen?
So you know how the difficulty works on Civ?
No.
So the AI doesn't get smarter. What happens is as they hit um, ages, they get bonus settlers.
Are you kidding
On
me?
deity, I want to say they get like 8 bonus settlers or something like that.
So they just started with 8?
Boom, just like that. I don't know. I don't remember if it's like on the or to start, or if it's like later on, like medieval era hits and they get it, or if it's like I can't remember
Yeah,
exactly.
and the
There's a
worst part
chart.
is, like, there's barbarians nearby. So this guy already hated me.
Yeah. So based on deity, you're starting slow and hoping in the long run you can catch up. Is
Yeah.
what you have to do. So you have to build armies immediately and just stock up on armies. And
Yeah, and I gotta make sure not to do my favorite thing in the game.
what's that?
Start a war. Start a war.
Start a war. Gotcha. Yeah, I was saying your mic's cutting out a little bit.
Sorry about that.
Um. Yeah. So, dude, that game's got me into a lot of weird topics.
Oh, that game, it's so interesting.
You know how you make fun of me for all my learning stuff I do in my free time?
Absolutely.
Like, so to give you guys an example.
I only make fun of you for it.
You don't even make fun of me. It's like you say, what did you call me? You called me,
It's like you're going to school without a degree. Like,
yeah, I don't know what.
that
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to me.
It's just, I want the knowledge.
I get
So I
that.
think it's a mix of things. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of info out, you know
Oh,
what I mean?
100%.
Right. Social media stuff. And
100%.
like, I want to counteract that. So I was like,
Yeah.
learn, how to look up good sources and all that good stuff. And then I think it kind of snowballed into other things from like, what the hell was
Oh, sorry. This is my
that?
leg.
Chuck. Um, so basically, like I wanted to learn other things besides, especially with the girls getting older.
Yeah.
Like they have a lot of questions, man,
Oh, I'm sure.
and they roll into stuff, and then you get curious yourself.
Yeah.
But not only that, so I have holes in my writing process that I felt like I need to clean up, and
Yeah.
just random stuff. I want to know like how an economy worked, um, philosophy. Weirdly, though philosophy is a little depressing, but it is a broad topic. But yeah, there's all different kinds of random things I'm like, well, I'm kind of curious about. And then the great reads on Audible. It's just college lectures essentially. So what originally I started with was um, a- ancient Mesopotamia.
Say that again.
Ancient Mesopotamia.
You want to try that again?
Did I have messed up?
Mesopotamia?
Isn't that right?
Yeah, but I just cut out when I said it, which just makes this better.
I think your just mic's not too far away from you. I think it's it. There you go.
I'm
Right up to your
sorry,
fluffy face,
guys.
bud. Right to the fluffy face. So I started with that, I think, but I think that was more actually for I wanted to learn more about ancient era for women of the Crystal Coast,
Yeah.
just because I wanted to get into the theme.
I
And-
remember you looking into a lot of stuff.
yeah, and so it snowballed
that
from
one.
then. During the Rona,
Yeah.
like when that hit initially, I started doing like I said, I learned stock trading.
Yeah.
And I don't know what really got me caught in it, but I wanted to get my finances a little more solid. So I started learning stuff like financials and stuff.
Yeah, and I remember, you starting to talk to me about stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
that
basically
that stuff's definitely interesting, and that is something I wanna learn more on, but
what's weird is you think I wouldn't like it because I'm math is my worst subject, dude.
and that's my
That's
favorite.
horrible. My math
You're
is
an English guy. That's
awful.
why you like to write.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's terrible.
I'm a math nut. Give me math, give me science, I'm in.
Yeah, so I went from learning a little bit of financial stuff, and I was like, you know what? We were kind of looking at that real estate thing for a while,
Yeah,
and what ended up happening was I was like, well, I don't really understand. I feel like I'm reading some books and they're talking about economies and stuff and
yeah,
like fantasy worlds.
yeah,
I'm like, I have no really idea of any of this, so I'm just kind of curious. I'm gonna do a thing on economy,
yeah, why not?
and yeah, that I ended up doing like a full lecture on those.
You just go so far in
And
depth with it.
it was like 30 hours worth of lectures, and then I did more, and I ended up loving it. And
Yeah,
so I ended up doing, like, in the last 2 years, just being at, like, work or on the
yeah.
way to work or whatever, right? And just driving and stuff, I've, like, put in, like, 220 hours on, like, lectures, just economy-based stuff on, like, great reads.
You're nuts.
I love it, dude. I don't know why, and that doesn't make any sense either. That's a lot of numbers too.
Yeah,
But so I ended up loving that, and then now, because of the setting Bible, I was like, "Okay, well, I'm working on the Pantheon of Gods," which is hilarious. That should already been done, but it's all just notes. I'm gonna go into depth on these
dude,
suckers, right?
I remember when we were getting ready to first start, you're telling me about the pantheon of gods. You're telling me about all this. You're telling me about all that. You're telling
It's
me
all
how
up here,
all this
dog.
is gonna work. And here we are. What we started in what,
It's
2015,
yeah,
really?
5 years later.
It 5. Try
Six,
7.
six. Oh my god, 7. I keep thinking it's 2020.
It's 2022, baby.
Dude, holy crap. Yeah.
7 years later, you still don't have it done.
No, dude.
It's insane.
No, the
That just
setting.
goes to show how much more there is than what we expected when we first started too.
Yeah, in the depth, I'm like, well, I can just note stuff and I'll be all right.
Mhm.
But it doesn't work that way because immediately was a problem because you're like, hey, here's the notes I have on this.
Yeah,
Can you write a story about it? Right. And
right.
then it gets wild because like they make their own thing out of it.
Yeah, and then if they write something, we have to stick to it because now it's already
Yeah.
there.
And obviously you can edit that and whatnot,
Yeah, but
but still it makes it really hard on the writers then.
yeah.
So then you're realizing, okay, so we have these initial anthology we put out. Now I need to take everything in this anthology
Yep.
and I need to make this canon because not
Oh, yeah.
all of it was canon before.
Absolutely.
So then you're writing all that stuff down and then you're forever behind on all the other stuff is what it end up feels like,
Yeah, and I think we should have probably, like, if we were to go back and do it again, restart it, we would probably start off by making all these setting Bibles right off the rip.
right off the rip. Absolutely.
No hesitation, no short stories right away, just, "Let's knock this out, let's get this done,
Yeah.
let's get everything ready."
Hindsight is always
Oh,
2020.
absolutely.
But yeah, so end up now, so I'm working
Yeah.
on the Pantheon of Gods, and I'm like, I want
Uh-huh.
this to feel real, right?
Yeah.
I know it's fantasy, I know it's fake, but I want it to feel real. So what do? I go and I start researching religion, and I start doing like college lectures on religion
Oh my
and
goodness.
yeah, theology, and yeah, so I'm like 60 hours in
Yeah.
on religious, just all kinds,
Honestly,
like
I gained a bit of a more of a respect about the English side of everything, the reading, writing, and all that.
yeah,
So, through all this stuff, now whenever I see typos,
oh yeah,
it drives me insane.
yeah, little pet peeve.
Yeah. It's so hard not to correct people.
Yeah, so I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff with the learning thing. I'm loving it.
Yeah,
Loving it,
you're
dude.
insane.
So yeah, I went back to now
I mean, I appreciate it because now I know who I need to go to if I ever need information about
random,
anything.
yeah. Yeah, just random stuff that now I'm bouncing back to ancient stuff. I just finished up a book actually on that on ancient Mesopotamia, like ancient Babylon stuff. But a lot of it, dude, civilization got me excited about it. Because you got religious victories, and then you're learning like what is uh you know I don't even have an example, but you got different kind of stuff. You're like, oh, what does this even mean? And then you're looking
Yeah.
into it, and it kind of like increases my curiosity. Old wonders of the world. I don't know if I've ever really cared about the wonders of the world before that game, and then I was like, or I cared about them, but not,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like in a,
Oh, yeah, that game definitely
and then you're
introduced me to a
curious.
lot of different things.
Yeah. So Civ 6 is definitely like educational in a
Absolutely,
way.
in its own weird way. Like, I thought Chichen Itza,
Okay, yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought it was just a thing,
What do you mean just like,
like, the the wonder of what Chichen Itza is.
yeah,
I didn't know it was a city.
you didn't know, okay, that makes more sense. You thought it was just a building.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. You didn't think it was, I mean, technically it is a building and a city, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I haven't done a whole lot of research on ain't was it
I only
ancient
noticed that when I was
America?
playing it last time. I had a city called Chichen Itza,
Yeah.
and then the world wonder Chichen Itza was created by somebody else, and I'm like, "Wait a minute,
Yeah.
this doesn't make sense."
And one of the civs I fell in love with was Indonesia,
Yeah.
and that led me into, I started reading travel guides on Indonesia.
Oh my
And
goodness.
then like I got there's a whole history on Indonesia, college lectures style as well. Did that and it was amazing. It was awesome. We're going to Indonesia someday, bud.
I was just about to ask
Yeah, we're
that.
gonna do it. Yeah. And then the other one I got into was
Are you gonna force me all over the world?
why not? We get a little
Alright,
culture under your belt,
fair
bud.
enough. Hey,
You'll come
I am an
back.
uncultured swine, all right?
I know that's what we're gonna fix this. But I
I
would love
grew
to,
up in a tin can.
another weird place I'd like to go. Cambodia.
Cambodia.
Yeah, Cambodia. So
Why?
that's also another civ on there that the Kerm is it, I don't know how to pronounce this correctly. It's Khmer, Kermer. He's kind
Oh,
of a
the Myrrh. I just called him Myrrh. I don't know.
yeah, I don't exactly know how to pronounce it.
It's
You could be right.
simple.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
keep it
but
easy.
they were an ancient civilization. I don't know if it's fully ancient. They were an older civilization in the Cambodia region,
Okay.
and that so there's a rich history there in that country. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, so that kind of looked cool, and I was like, man, I'm gonna be traveling all over the place here if the stupid the the Rona ever clears up.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I think everybody's ready for it to go away at this point.
I'm about sick of it, man.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind like the rules and stuff or whatever. I understand all that, and
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
I'm
good. But
not gonna
like,
sit here and
it's
just
more I'm ready to go out and travel and stuff.
yeah.
I'm excited to go do that. And it's just such a I have a feeling though it's not going to go away
I'm
anytime
just
soon.
ready for
We want to go back to normal.
yes.
But that's the easiest way to
Even
put
if
it.
there is a new normal.
Yeah.
Like I don't even care. If there's a new normal, let's get to it. I'm just tired of everything. Like it's almost like I have to be careful about everything I do.
But yeah. Yeah.
Uh, I'm not very good at that.
Yeah, you're kind of a reckless guy.
Yep, very.
Actually,
I've
you
tamed a lot,
you've
but
handled the whole thing pretty well, better
yeah,
than I thought you kind of would.
yeah.
Like this was you 5, 6 years ago. It'd been interesting for all of us, though.
Yeah.
As you get older, you get a little more,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so I've been learning all kinds of crazy stuff.
You always are.
Yeah, I just read a one on understanding complexity.
Yeah.
It was more like it was kind of like about the butterfly effect of
Okay.
like a little bit of everything.
Mhm.
I don't know. It was all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, just randomly grabbing these things as they go on sale, the great courses. And I don't even care about the topic at this time. I'm like, I need something. I'm gonna do some educational stuff, and I jump into that. I really, I do. What I learned about in the previous. I just learned about. I did some like, oh my gosh, Taoism. Is it Taoism? Is that pronounced right? It's one of the religions I think was in Civilization that I was like, oh, okay, what is this?
Oh, I know what one you're talking about. I don't
Yeah, it's like Chinese. It's a
yeah.
Chinese.
Honestly, when I'm reading those, I just make up a word
Wow.
because I have no idea.
Yeah, so how to pronounce them or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't.
Taoism, Taoism, Toism,
Taoism,
I have
yeah,
no idea.
yeah, yeah. So it's one of those. But I learned a lot about that, which was kind
Mhm.
of cool. Shinto, don't know if that's pronounced correctly either. Like I said, we're a
Yeah.
small town people.
Honestly, if any of you guys know how to pronounce this stuff
Yeah,
and you can
comment.
find a way to tell us,
We love getting corrected. Just throw in the comments,
we want to know.
yell at us. Yeah. So this stream could be really random. It
Absolutely.
it could legit us be talking about anything.
Yeah.
And personally, I like to bring guests on here and there just to
Yeah.
chat with
And
and
I already know
meet
a
some
couple
people.
people that want to.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do too.
Oh yeah, meet some different people. But I guess we'll see what it turns into. But mainly I think we'll try to center around like nerdom.
Oh yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's because
As
that's
far as a center point, I feel like nerd stuff,
Yeah.
different D&D stuff,
Yeah.
some Magic the Gathering stuff from my end, maybe some gaming nerd stuff from you,
Yeah.
TV shows and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it'll definitely be more wrapped around that just
Yeah,
because, yeah, of our tastes. I mean, we might have like some special ones where we talk about whatever, but like I do like deep conversations too. So it might
yeah.
get into something like really deep.
Oh, great.
You never know. You love it.
I
You do
do.
love it.
I do.
It needs good timing. This is really good
Yeah,
timing.
yeah.
So let's talk now.
Oh, geez, no,
No,
not right now.
no, God, no. We should probably be wrapping this up, honestly.
Absolutely, it's getting late.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's 2:30 in the morning over
Although
here.
I will say, I think next one, I'm just gonna bring some bourbon or something.
Little side drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See her have a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a nice little hangout. It's good to
Mhm.
chat with you.
Always.
It does feel like just
Well,
like hanging out, kind of.
especially when we went from how long did we work together? 4.5 years that I was
Yeah,
there.
long time, dude.
Literally talking every day, working side by side. You know, when you're sitting there, you're talking to the same person about the same things 8 hours a day.
Hmm.
And then, well, I leave.
Yeah, how dare you leave me?
Hey,
Yeah, no, then you left, and yeah,
yeah.
no, but we were definitely yeah,
And don't get me wrong. I mean, it's, I enjoyed it.
yeah. It was fun working together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got to grow a lot,
Oh, absolutely.
together. Yeah, we'll get you to watch you do some wild things, just out of control.
And don't worry. I'm sure you'll hear some of it.
But honestly, if it wasn't for us working together, we would never have the publishing company.
Oh,
So
absolutely not.
yeah,
No, that definitely
yeah,
brought us really close. And then obviously, I think the time apart at outside of working together,
yeah,
I think that definitely kind of helped in an odd way.
yeah. Well,
Like
that's
it
because
felt like at first we kind of drifted, but
it's that it's
it's
that
gonna happen.
it's that you live
And
together vibe
yeah,
almost, and you
yeah,
see each other constantly,
yep,
and then you're like an old married couple.
yep,
Yeah. What's your problem today? And
absolutely.
you're like, screw off. I'm gonna
Oh,
be
is
nice.
F you,
Yeah, it
F
was F
me,
for
F
sure.
this.
Yeah, get into some interesting arguments about
Oh
some
yeah,
random ass
or
things
about nothing.
about nothing, dude.
Yeah, literally nothing.
And you're salty. Then you're like, go home and you come back the next day and you're like, oh, how was your night? Huh? You
Yeah,
start back over.
or my personal favorite is when you come back salty.
Come back. We didn't
We
do that.
didn't do that very
Not
often,
very often.
but
No.
no, I meant like when we'd leave just fine and come back salty about something else,
Oh yeah.
completely off topic.
Something completely different.
Uh huh.
I remember that one D&D session we had, and you were salty about that for like a week.
Well, yeah.
My brother throwing the rest.
Oh my goodness. No, I wasn't salty
I'm
for
going
a
into that
week.
story real quick because that's a
Hey,
quick one.
I was not salty for a
You
week.
were, bro.
No,
Yeah,
I'm still salty.
yeah, that was
All
bad.
right.
Yeah.
In fairness.
So basically, we fought some rust monsters,
Yeah.
right? And I'm running a campaign, just a random one, just like you guys were free roaming. I'm pretty
Yep.
sure if I remember right, and it was
I'm
fun.
pretty sure it was just a one shot
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah, it was just random, and because we're never good with keeping consistency with D&D. Sadly, none of our group.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
Although I would love to get into another one.
we do. Yeah. Um. So they stumbled upon a random encounter, which ended up being rust monsters, and they killed them. Except Chuck's guy ran off into the woods because
Well, why did he do that?
he saw that there were rust monsters and he was in full plate, if I remember right. And you're
Yes.
like, there's no way in hell I'm losing all my weapons and my armor. So he booked it and made
Yeah.
the one guy fight him by himself, which
Yeah,
was my
but he
brother.
was fine.
He was pretty beat up.
He was
He
fine.
was pretty beat up. And then what ended up happening was when Chuck came back, which
Mhm.
was even better, I'm pretty sure you demanded loot.
I did.
Yeah, you
100%.
you demanded loot. You're such an asshole.
I am.
You demanded loot, and then he cut off one of the was a mandible or whatever the heck they have. It was some kind of
Yeah.
saliva or something. He grabbed, he got it free from the thing and threw it at you.
Yep.
And I was like, well, I'll let it play, and hit you and rusted your armor.
Yeah, and see, here's the thing, like, I deserved it.
Oh, I guarantee he's listening right now. So
Oh, absolutely, but I deserved it.
yeah,
But, and it's like you said, I shoulda went non-lethal,
yeah. So
but,
he decided
ah.
that Chuck was decided he was a little more angry than thought and attacked my brother.
Oh, yeah, yeah, straight great axe. Let's
Yeah,
go.
but then I had to pull divine intervention, and you guys were it was a very angry session. That to be fair, to understand this a little more, it's not like we have a toxic table or anything,
No.
but it was more of like a It was a 12-hour session, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
And it was at the end of that
And we
session,
were getting
and
tired
we're
and
getting
everything else.
tired.
And then you up the ante with like just the characters and the difference in the characters.
And you pulled your
You get
classic.
so far into the character that you start to kind of feel like the only reason that I'm worth anything is my armor. And you just took it from me.
Yeah.
So now I got to take something from you.
And you decided if you were going to kill
Yes, I decided the thing I'm going to take is his life.
him. Oh my God. Yeah.
My
So
petty has no
it
bounds.
was a whole thing.
Your
I'd
life.
listen to you at work, angry, ranting about it, and then getting off work. My brother would call me, angry, ranting. How can Chuck not take a joke? That was hilarious.
No, don't get me wrong. Looking back, it is hilarious.
It was funny. Yeah.
100% hilarious.
Yeah.
But when I get into a character, I'm there.
Yeah. Right.
And I can't separate real and fantasy anymore
Oh my
because
gosh.
real life isn't a thing no more.
You do get excited. Remember we should get a video for the next one. The opening of the podcast is going to be you cracking the whip when you had a whip. And the only
Do
that's
you
like
still have
it's a
that?
4-second clip. You're going, and everyone at the table just like staring at you. Like, what is happening? Because we don't really act out physically.
Yeah.
We're definitely more of a talking like
Yeah.
narrative.
And the worst part is like when we first started playing D&D together and you started taking pictures of us all, I was still hiding my nerdness.
Yeah, we're talking about the next episode. Next
Yep.
episode,
Yep.
being a nerd in a small town
Yep.
for sure. I think that's easy go to.
Absolutely.
A lot of people they're like, "What's the big deal about being a nerd?" But when you're a small town, you understand.
Oh, when
You
it's a
understand.
small town,
Yeah.
it's just not good.
No. D&D's the devil.
It goes a little
I
further than that.
Oh, it does. I actually had a guy the other day.
Especially when I was a football player, like that's
Oh yeah, I actually had a guy the other day and was like, "Hey," he's like, "You still play Demons and Dragons?"
demons.
I was just staring at him. I was like, "Dude, not Demons and Dragons." Oh, it's
Yeah,
not. No, it's Dungeons and Dragons, but
that's fantastic.
yeah, he was. Then yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah. Let's wrap this up.
you want to hit us with some kind of outro?
I I don't really have an outro. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, us to chat back and forth,
Being
have some fun,
idiots.
being idiots. Yeah, amateurs, amateurs.
Unadulterated.
Do us a favor, give us a like.
Absolutely.
If you've enjoyed us even more, subscribe.
Yeah.
We're just like I said, we're just two small town guys, as you can guarantee tell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and having some fun and trying something a little different. So see how this goes. And honestly, we're gonna continue doing it. It just we'll see what everybody thinks and what like I said, if you have any issues, like you think the audio is messed up or the video is something, anything, or just the conversation in general, you want us to talk about something else.
You want us to talk about a specific topic, even like
We're
we're
game.
always open for suggestions, everything like that. Now,
Yeah.
end of the day, um, I felt like I had fun with this episode and
Yeah.
definitely feel like we're
Little
definitely gonna go further, but
it was a little awkward starting off just because, you're trying to
oh
trying to
yeah,
get
and
this.
we're not used to it yet.
We don't talk on like I talk in a PlayStation party, right? Or on the phone, but not this is weirdly different
Yeah.
because it's like we're talking to each other.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, talking to people that might not even see this if we didn't upload it.
Yeah.
So it's like very odd to me. So
Yeah. Well,
at
and
the beginning
then
of the episode, I definitely felt way more tense about it.
and I'm sure
Awkward.
you could tell how awkward it is when the other person walks away.
Yeah.
So awkward.
Yeah. We'll probably just stop doing that.
Yeah.
Probably best. Yeah. If possible. I
Um,
was more wanted to make sure I wanted to get that surprise for you, and then you ended up being surprised because you already had it.
yeah, sorry.
You ruined it for me.
I'm just gonna bring a cup next time.
Okay.
I gotta pee.
No.
Pee in a
Wow.
cup.
Horrible.
And that's how you finish podcast, bud.
Oh my god. I'm sorry for him, guys. All right, guys. This was the oh, you would do the outro actually.
This is the unadulterated amateurs. I was Chuck and he was Joel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. And like I said, we'll try to be doing this Mondays and Mondays, and then
Mondays.
if I yeah, we'll try our best to upload those so you'll know. Monday night you'll get an upload a notification if you're following us on YouTube or subscribed or however that works.
If they hit the bell.
Hit the bell. You see that? Hit the bell.
Yeah, you hit the bell to get notifications.
Bam! There you are coming through. Yeah, I haven't really done a whole lot of YouTube stuff, so that's another interesting thing
I
because
only
I'm
know
not a
that I've watched quite a bit of YouTube. I've never uploaded anything on YouTube. There's no real videos of me out there. Well, okay.
no very few. Yeah,
We're not gonna talk about those.
are they out there?
Th
Yeah, I think it
We'll
feels
get
like
there at
well,
some point.
wow, there it is, guys. Google Charles Beason, YouTube. Look for his videos. You'll
No,
find
not
him.
on YouTube.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, yeah, so this is definitely our very, very rookie setup.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
so like I said, if you see something you're not vibing with or you can make it better,
Help
just throw in the
us.
comments. Yeah,
Just help us
we're
out.
open minded. We'll at least listen. Can't guarantee
Mhm.
we'll act on it because Chuck's tangents.
I'm what?
What? I said your tangents.
Oh, yeah, I'm good at those.
Yeah, you're really good at those.
Wait, huh?
That's part of the fun. We should have done tangents and rants or whatever that goes.
Yeah.
Rants and
You
tangents.
realize we've done 2 outros now?
We're going for a third here,
And
baby. We're
we're
going for
still
a third.
going.
Yeah. Catch us next time. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. And